2, 1, 2, 1, 2. T.O.M. Teachers of my. Who am I today? The scribe, been forever, but the name changes with the times. I come from a place where space is home. I go into realms where your face is gone. A change gon' come. As a teen, hypnotized deep in a sleep, party and slumber. 11 life path number, a life of death that's rebirth. Recall realities to reemerge. Soul purge, I'll lend you frequency like loan words. Before I teach, I'll spit a poem first. Step on stage, set the stage, car walking, set ablaze, divine fire. The body is divine attire, sewn from words. Sound frequency, awakening dreams. Don't pinch me every day I wake up, it's a home birth. Start from zero to become the heroes. Cycles of time causes expansion of minds. Potential is exponential. Gain XP, what your power made of. I've had to face self, face to fate, a double fate. What will I make of the present? I'm just trying to pet heaven. Twice great, 2 arms up is none to wave. It's nothing to wave. God separate the waters from the waters. Genesis 1 and 6. See, that source is thousands of years prior to a Bible even existing. It's called the Pet, word for heaven. Watchers of noon, primordial, pre-ordered, bringing order in order. It's law the scales will represent. A double gift, re-present, Ray is present. Ra, amen to the God inside. The crown will glow as consciousness grows. So what assignment are you on? I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the TONEZ, Corona shining. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the TONEZ, Corona shining. Serpent mind, winding in alignment. Straight from Orion, the origins. Dig into the root, Kemp originals, the oracle speaking. Your aura is gleaming. The sons of God, Amen Ra. Who can't afford a reason to fall below your own means, meaning reaching beyond the firmament ceiling. I see linguistics tricking us deep into sleeping. The way we live inception, I must be dreaming. Doubles, double L, square root, mirrors, reverse the image. My grip was slipping. Almost forgot the point of the mission. Statements point out all the contradictions. Blatant truth lives where my eye is foundation. Yeah, co-founded a nation. Dictionary studies, spells can be scary. Etymology, this here is completion. Cycle circles, dualism wisdom. I peddle flowers. 2 eyes are watching to see through the double realm I'm healing. Never out of what's within him. Infinite reasons, just like my brother Arcad. Always remain calm against demons. Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here. They crossed us into thinking that death isn't living. The lies are falling through my palms, arm wide, holes in my hand. The Pope's in command, I demand the throne back. Ancient teachings, I'm a throwback. Picture that, see this moment here is cold that. So black, I see through lies. Why they hold that, ocean motions. I'm flowing through noon in the boats of consciousness. My tongue is rolling, planting seeds, sowing, knee of speaking, untangled quantum DNA, spitting frequencies. I hear Christians scream hallelujah, and this ain't that the name of God is God. I must bring the order back, the scales are tipping. In the court of Allah, moonshine, TEHUTI is Yah. This here is Ptah, bulldozing, the one chosen. Focus, when the light hits you, just open like lotus. Melt your mind when in mind time is frozen. Blow minds, my mind is golden. Coat me in gold, I've got a gold coat round me like I'm Tutankhamun. Like his, when you spell my name, put 3 lines in. Scribe, presenting the law's findings. Who's he? I me, an echo of TEHUTI. Yes, I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the TONEZ, Corona shining. We do our best to do our best.
Black Watch Legion. Let me give you reason. Here is the jade. Time to get paid? No. Time to get laid? No. No entertainment in this show.
What's up?
What's up?
Y'all brothers hear me?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What's up? Peace.
Yes.
How's my sound? Welcome everybody.
I'm
Welcome
good.
to the teachings of Ma'at. Study Guide Sundays. Today's topic is Eternal Life in Ancient Egypt, Part 2, the 9 characteristics of the soul. Before we begin, we will do as we do every week and begin with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Unki Ma'at, Un-NS, Nintet Oset Ma'at, Men Hepapet Ma'at, Her Nhuqui, Per Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love.
Peace.
What's
peace.
good brothers? I need, brother. I'm looking forward to it, brother. Put that background music on while I do the introduction.
Yeah,
Let's get it. Y'all ready? Yeah, put it on, Scribe. I know y'all ready because I'm ready. I'm ready for some tones, as my good brother says. Fire tones. There we go. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to a beautiful, beautiful Study Guide Sunday. I am. There we go. Welcome, everybody. I am the Pt.2, the mighty ETH Ma'at. I am the chairman of the organization. I am a student of the master teacher, the great TEHUTI Amenhotep Ra. I am the host of this weekly study guide, Teachings of Ma'at, true-hearted follower of truth, based on ancestral artifacts and the love of my people unconditionally. And learning, dedicated to learning the Metal Netta and a defender of Ma'at. Next, we have the general, the great Ahati Ma'at. Ahati Ma'at was taught under the great TEHUTI Amenhotep Ra. He has been a serious student and teacher of the Kemetic culture and history for several years. He has written multiple books, including the textbook called Journey of Your Soul series, essays, and articles. Furthermore, he hosts in-person and online classes, weekly podcasts, and periodically creates documentaries. He also has experience in public speaking and academic debating. He is responsible for the creation of this weekly study guide and the teachings of Ma'at. Next, we have the mighty Menku Ra. Menku Ra specializes in training, educating youth workers, counselors, and educators about art, culture, and history. He travels the world to experience how people live, and he shares it with everyone who is interested in learning from the research he has witnessed. Menku has a master's degree in entertainment and media business and has been working in the music industry and with nonprofit agencies, providing program planning and promoting concerts and community events in the Madison area for over 30 years. During that time, he has facilitated the following innovative after-school programs for the Madison School Community Recreation, including Hip Hop 101, Music Production 101, and MP4 music programs for youth. And last but not least, we have the great presenter, the great mighty scribe, Ani Ptah ATEN TEHUTI. Is a writer, poet, spoken word artist, audio producer, engineer, healer, spiritual advisor, consultant, and business creator. He is a master student of the Natiru, a true follower and protector of Ma'at, a scribe of TEHUTI and Ma'at. He studies under the master teacher, Saba TEHUTI Amenhotep Ra. For the scribe, quality always outweighs quantity. He enjoys observing reality and incorporating these observations into his writings and creations to assist in awakening dormant DNA and reversing negative hypnosis. Welcome everyone to a beautiful Sunday study guide. Tonight's class is absolutely fire. That's right. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir. Peace and love, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Peace, good brother Menku. Would you like to speak before we get the presentation started?
Shout out to you, good brother.
Peace, everybody. I just want to say peace, power, and prosperity to everyone. Hail to all the brothers on the panel. Atef, I can feel your energy, bro. What's going on with you? I feel the fire. What's happening? Where you getting this energy from, bro?
Yeah, listen, I'm just trying to learn something, bro. Y'all know how it is. I just want to learn something. Look, man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all can't teach me nothing about ISFET. I already know. I'm trying to learn something different. I'm trying to learn about my eye. Shout out to Ani.
Yeah, that's peace. I feel like we continue to, on this trajectory, we are continuing to ascend. I feel like something's happening, something special is about to happen with all of us. So to you brothers, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to I'm excited about so let's do it.
I don't know what that was. Something came on. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Caro. Shout out to Angela Gates. Shout out to Jamie OX. And shout out to Minku, Ari, Mary, Ma'at. In the chat. Peace and love, everybody. Let's do it.
Peace, good brother Ahati Ma'at.
Peace, brother. Peace.
How are you feeling,
ready?
good brother? Yes, sir.
Okay.
Make sure everyone you hit that like button on your way in. Hit that like button and share this to your platforms. Let's get this information out. This is what's necessary and what's needed for our people. Let's put this information out there. So before we get started, I'll showcase some support that we received during the week from the great, awesome, amazing supporters of Ma'at. So let's pull that up. All right, let's share the screen here. All right, we'll start with this brother here, Emmanuel Rodriguez. He sends 333. Ma'at Henu Hotep Natirus Ma'at.
Shout out to you, good brother.
And I just want to say something for him that if the brother's sending in 333, this means it's probably a lot of money for him. It may not be, but I'm assuming that it is, and that this means a lot to us, brother, because we've been there where we only have a couple dollars in our pocket, and to give that up is monumental. So you're doing great work, and we really appreciate you.
All right. Yes, we definitely appreciate you, good brother. Tua to you. All right. Next, we have the great brother Nito Campbell. He sends $5 for support. This brother is the most consistent supporter on YouTube. This brother is here every week supporting the teachings of Ma'at and supporting the TEHUTI pod class every single week. So shout out to you, good brother, for your consistency. All right. And next we have a sister that has touched down with a frequency that's on fire, like Sekhmet herself, and she is not come to play no games, and she supports Ma'at to the fullest. She joined in on our MetaNetter Monday class that Salva TEHUTI hosts every single Monday. So if you guys are not a part of that, get in that. It's solely undervalued, honestly. So do what you can to get into that class. You can reach out to us at teachingsofmod.org. You can email Salva TEHUTI directly, and his email is on the website teachingsofmod.org, and we'll post it throughout this stream here. So shout out to this sister here. She sends in $111. 111.
We gotta give her. Look, we gotta give her a couple of the Red Octobers for that one. We gotta give her the Red Octobers for that one. Saba would have said, "Give her the Red Octobers."
There it is.
Shout out to you, sister.
There we go.
Shout out to you, Sharika.
I believe she's the highest supporter too.
Yes,
out of
shout
everyone.
out to you.
So, she reminds me of the female TEHUTI most. And sister, you're doing great work. You're your vitality and your coup or your spirit is a warrior in warrior form, is in Sekhmet's form, and we deeply appreciate you.
Absolutely. She says Sharika or Sharika donation for Scribe's divine expressions and support to all the TOM tribe working behind the scenes.
This is somebody that really appreciates what we're putting in. And you go to these other conscious channels, you will not see these types of donations. For a group that's only been around, Scribe, I believe it's not even been a year yet, right?
Yep, that's correct. It's right there at about 9 months.
Right. So we must be putting in some great work here, and she recognizes it. And once again, we appreciate you.
Yes, so we support everyone who supports Ma'at, and we are an open doorway. We are open Saba for all of you to come in and express your thoughts to us. We appreciate every single person. We have some of the greatest supporters that I've seen online. There are people who have far more people in their chat rooms, getting views on their videos, and they don't get the support that we get. So we appreciate you all to the highest level for what you all do. Y'all make this possible for us. So with that being said, we our Cash App and our PayPal is posted throughout the stream. It's in the description box as well. So if you feel inclined, if you find something that assists you, or you want to support Ma'at, we definitely appreciate you, and you will be acknowledged. We add you to our newsletter. We have a newsletter we put out every single week at the teachingsofma'at.org. And matter of fact, I think I'll show that real quick here. Real quick and early here. So when you go to teachingsofma'at.org, once again, that's in the description of this video right here down below us. Once you go to this teachingsofma'at.org website, this is where you can find all information. There's so much here. Our Study Guide Sundays, the TEHUTI pod class, Meet the Movement. We have different sections for the different leadership movement, the leadership members. Our social media platform is here. So our Twitter, our TikTok, all that is here. When you sign up and you create a page here on the website, you'll get access to this, and it's more teachings, more available for you to add to your digital library. And of course, our donate section and a contact us page where you can find our email address and Saba TEHUTI's email address as well. So once you go here, here's our affirmation. You can download this and print it out, put it on your wall, recite these tones. Just ask the great brother Atef how powerful speaking these tones are in times of Isfat, to replace it with Ma'at. And I can account for my own self as well, that these tones here are very, very, very powerful, and it just uplifts the vibration of your consciousness whenever you speak these words here. So download this. You can scroll all the way to the bottom. We have so much here. You can take your time and spend hours just going through this website here. All right. So when you get to the bottom here, you'll see a section that says subscribe. And it says get 10% off your first purchase when you sign up for our newsletter, which is our store where our merchandise is. And I want to give a shout out to the great brother Stephen E, who purchased the shirt, and we'll be mailing that out to you this coming up week. So shout out to you, good brother, for your purchase of the Teachings of Ma'at merch. So yeah, just put your email address in here, sign up, and you'll be added to our newsletter list, and you'll get that every single week. And all our supporters are added on that list. So to all of you. All right. So let me pull this up here. Let's see. Let me check the chat. Let's see. Let us know how you feeling in the chat room. If you're feeling great, let us know. Let us know. We love the energy that we receive in the chat room. We'd love to see you. We love the participation. So shout out to everyone there. All right. Shout out to Caro with the Ankh and the heart sign, the beautiful sister here. Tonight's class is going to be absolutely fire. So shout out to the goddesses. Tua to you. Jamie OX says Hotep Sanu Sanut. Shout out to you, brother. And of course, Angela Gates. We got Angela Gates in the building. Yeah, Scribe did his thing. Tua to you. But another fantastic supporter. The other brother is Stephen E. Shout out to you, good brother, for your support. Uncle Jasaneb, Hotep Ma'at family. Uncle Jasaneb to you, good brother. All right. I think what I'm going to do is this week, bringing these tones to you all. I'm going to do something that I have done previously, but of course there is, when I receive and I bring these tones to you all, I'm telling you right now that this is something that none of your artists are going to do. None of your artists are going to put themselves forward live and perform their songs live. Especially prior to having so much time to just sit with it and practice it and memorize these things. This is a whole nother level that you're receiving here. None of your artists are going to do this. So sometimes when I bring these things to you all, these are projects that I'm working on, and just like any type of art, things are never really finished until you just decide, okay, here, let me go ahead and stop, right? So this is the same way with creating music. There's never really an ending to it. So I'll bring something to you, and which is, one of my personal favorites, and add some more to it for you all to take with you. Ma Aru, peace and love to you. Hotep to you, Ma Haru. I love that avatar image too. Really showcases the structure of the Cometians and how upright and just firm and strong that they are. So Tua to you. All right. All right, if you guys are ready, let me see some flames in the chat. Chat seemed to be moving a little slow. I need some participation. I need some energy. Let me know you all are even here. Is anybody out there? Is anybody watching? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. You guys ready to
I'm ready. I'm ready, Scribe. I'm ready.
I know you ready.
The last one. I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. Good brother Atef. Rem Kim. All right. Okay.
Maharu says Tua bros. I guess he's the only one listening out there.
I guess so. Well, let's wake him up. All right. All right, here we go. This is Keep On Moving, with a second verse to it. All right, and this song here will be posted on the website. You can go to teachingsofmind.org and go to my section, Scribe, and you'll find my SoundCloud there, and you can download my tones there as well. You can support and download there and run those streams up. So this song will be added. This song will be added to my playlist this coming up week. So make sure you have that website bookmarked and you check it. All right. Let's go. Mic check. How my microphone sound? Good and loud? Good and loud. I sound good?
You sound good, bro.
Yeah, you sound great, bro.
All right. Let's go.
keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. This, that, medu, nature, echo, living, lively, times 3, Trinity. We are not the same, not even similes. Plant to see, a man receive excellence, adoration, testaments. Let me see if they're awake out there. I don't know if they're awake or not. I need to see if they are awake. There we go. There's some flames. Stephen E. Let's go. Menku voice. Shout out to Nani Aset Mur. Hey there, Hotepu to the fabulous. Shout out to you. Peace and love. Great job, all of you. Thank you so much. Tua to you. Great goddess. Nani Aset Mur. Tua to you. Let's see. Set fire. We hear you. LOL. Fire flames.
Let's go. Fire.
Right. Let's go.
Hold up.
Scribe. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. I am learning to compartmentalize what I find with my mentals. I could have been labeled mental voices in my head. If I speak to the wrong one, I'll be diagnosed schizophrenic. Creating pollution you can't escape from, where Captain Planet. And it's exactly how they planned it. It's insanity, stayed in a state of sanity. But I'm the scribe, keeping record on the record. I break records. This, that, medu, nature, echo, living, lively, times 3, Trinity. We are not the same, not even similes. Plant to see, a man receive excellence, adoration, testaments, evaluation. Literally, the love is real, yet they be hating. Salutations, I wait to master patience. Acting lackadaisy on your facts. I'm backed by conscious beings. I am free, can't lock the wings in. The diction is firm, call me men. A man 3 in 1. Erection, protection, firm. Spitting life into who I speak to like sperm. Creation is a womb I earned. The right to fully see it through the heart as I rise through. Manu, I cooped, lost it when I had to find you. I'm through, times 2, dualism, we will align soon. As I meditate in my room, it becomes a space of pure truth aligned with my eyes. Verbiage is signed from more than the 2 eyes. I can see the veil underneath that other veil. Focus when I am locked in. I don't need a cell. Tell me you don't see the traps. Tower power over enemies. Frozen over hell, reversing spells. Fell from the skies. The body is disguised. If you needed a sign, well, this is it. I hope you read between the lines, left, right. After the first step, I write what's left in me. This is destiny. Keep on moving, especially if you find blockage. No amount of pushback will stop this. This will get cast in stone. They cannot top this. Pyro, fire, Ka is my attire. Inspire the ones chosen, the ones spoken, the ones open. From lines where time was once spoken. Enchantments, Nesu, double tongue in motion. Give, receive. Keep moving and move for keeps. Keep it real, keep the master key. I had to master me. Master glass shattered in the dreams. I didn't like the image till I realized I am the image of the image. I'm here for keeps. Keep your distance. Social gimmicks are stories told within the hieroglyphics. Mystics just keep on living. We're gifted. Our stories told within the hieroglyphics. A language living. Just keep on living. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. Yeah, motivate a nation, stepping out the spaceship, causing a spaceship, faced with revealing the spells within this matrix from the Masons, but I'm the architect. Best respect, I can architect. Royal rulership, I hold the heck. Control my thoughts, still move when the game is paused. We speak hecka, this is the best of Medu Necha. Bars like Wi-Fi, we're connected, always on time. Frequency and flow through frequency. I know the power I hold in my throat. Creation, destruction, with every single thing I spoke. Enter, netter, Kurt, show your worth, heal from all the hurt. Not a single, best believe I hold a note. Read between the lines, you're not really lost in that. I hope you find exactly what you are looking for. This is more than words, taught myself to heal myself. I come out the dirt, no time for slacking or bad habits. The sad tactics of bringing mad tragic mental processes that lack passion. I spit fire, black dragon, school of hard knocks, send you backpacking. My eyes, when this appears, it's like magic. The fact is, when it's wartime, we go savage. Shield of armor, 360, prevent backstabbing all the fiends of good-hearted beings that lack fashion. Keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving, keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. I am learning to compartmentalize what I find with my mentals. I could have been labeled mental voices in my head. If I speak to the wrong one, I'll be diagnosed schizophrenic. Creating pollution you can't escape from, we're Captain Planet. And it's exactly how they planned it. It's insanity, stayed in a state of sanity. But I'm the scribe, keeping record on the record. I break records.
I don't have sound effects, brother, but I'll give you a Hey, everybody give this brother a hail in the chat. Give this brother a hail in the chat. If you want to throw some donations in, throw that in right now too, because he definitely deserves it. I don't know anybody else that's spitting meta-netter, spitting facts and spitting messages to you all while they're riding the beat. And yeah, let's give this brother some hails. So hail to you, brother.
To our good brother. Peace and love. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened to brother Minku?
He went into Netakurt. He had to go and he had to go echo for a minute. He'll be back. All right. Peace and love. Yeah, Jeff said he'll be back too. So I guess you can just go into your presentations.
All right, excellent. All right, Primordial Thought 9.
News. Yep.
Shout out to you. Spit that vibration. I need. Tua to you. Shout out to you, good brother. Stephen E. flowing like the Atiru. If y'all don't know what the Atiru is, you need to get in the meta-netter class. Angela Gates, Scribe not only speak with passion, but it comes out in his delivery too. Shout out to you, good sister, for recognizing that. Workout music, fire. That it's not easy, I need. To you, good brother. I'm glad you understand, because it is definitely not easy. We make it look easy over here, but this is top tier. Not only information that we're bringing, but showmanship. So to you for recognizing my art. I don't know how to pronounce this name here. Rugged. I've actually never even seen this name in the chat before. So shout out to you for being here with the teachings of my art. All right. The goddess Kado since hand claps. To you. Hail Nesu Ani, hail to you. All right. So now Well, let me grab some water, good brother Ahati, and I'll be back in just a couple seconds so I can grab me some water.
Okay, sure. All right, peace to the chat. I see Caro. Peace to Caro. Peace. Hail to Angela Gates. Angela Gates in the building. Angela Gates, a great supporter. Jameo X. Jameo X has been riding with Saba for years. We appreciate your support, brother. Stephen E. Stephen E. is taking the Medu class. Peace to you, Stephen E. Stephen E. can attest that it's worth his time and his money. Obviously, you can see he's speaking in the Medu right here. Uncle Ach Seneb, Hotep Ma'at family. Peace to you. Maharu, the great brother that can speak with. He's only shared his mother that's in the Nectar Kurt, but I'm sure he's speaking to other beings there too, due to the teachings of Ma'at organization. He has the power now to tap into the Upesh realm, which is the dream realm. So I hope you're doing well, brother. Nani Sismer, peace to you, sister. She calls us the Fabulous Four. The Fabulous Four. Peace to you, sister. Give Saba a hug and a kiss. Primordial Thought. I like your I like this avatar, brother. This avatar is fire, and it really pops. I really like it. He said, spit that vibration, Ani. That's what we're about. And Ani was definitely doing that. This brother also came up on the panel Fridays class. If you haven't been to Saba's Friday class at 6 p.m. Pacific time, I suggest you go over there and subscribe to his channel. All you gotta do is put in TEHUTI's podcast in the YouTube browser and it should pop up. And hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any of his episodes. And if you want to see archive episodes of Saba's or hear at Teachings of Ma'at, all you have to do is go to our website at teachingsofma'at.org and you will find all of our video catalog there. Peace to New Person Rugged. Peace to you. Peace to Rugged. All right, the brother is back. We got Menku. He came back from the Netarkurt. He had to do some visitations over there. He's back. He may have some information for us. I don't know. But I'm going to pass the mic to the presenter, which is Ani Ptah.
All right, Tua, good brother. Menku, I thought I pushed you out of existence there for a second. Good to see you back on the panel.
The weather here, the weather in my city, we got thunderstorms.
Yes, sir. Same over here. Hope I can make it through. All right. All right, let me share the screen and let's get started. All right, I'm going to present full screen. Okay. All right, so my last presentation, we started, as you see here, the title of this show, Eternal Life in Ancient Kemet, the 9 aspects, right, of the soul. So my last presentation was laying the foundation for you all and showing how the soul and the spirit is recognized today, even in biblical terms, and how it relates to the breath. And I went and I showed a lot. So if you haven't seen the first presentation, after today's show, you can go back and watch the first episode, so you can get the full context of what I'm bringing forth here. So we went through the Khat, which is the physical body here. We went through the Sahu, which is the spiritual body, and we went through the ETH, which is the heart consciousness, intelligence, wisdom, courageousness, desire, the ETH. So we went through these first 3, and you all showed support at the end of that presentation and let me know that you wanted me to continue with the other 6. All right, so we're going to get into these other 6 here. All right, eternal life and ancient Kemet, the 9 characteristics of the soul. Presentation by SCRIIBE. Part 2. For those of you who don't know, this symbol right here is called a shin. This is the name, or excuse me, this is the symbol that all of the kings' names will go into, and it represents eternal life right here. So of course this is what creates the top of the Ankh. So this is a shin here. So we're here at part 2. All right, so let's get going. All right, so we have the Ka. We have the Ka right here. We see the 2 arms up. We see the erect phallus, and we see the bull. We see the bull. So the Ka a lot of times translates to the double body or the spirit. So the Ka is commonly translated as the spirit. It is also known as image, a genius of self, the double body, character, disposition, and is associated with mental attributes. And we'll show why it's associated with mental attributes here shortly. So the Ka is what is today known as the spiritual essence or personality of who you are. This Ka energy is what creates the physical reality that we see. So everything here that you see on this physical plane has an actual Ka associated with it that creates that physical thing that you see, or that your brain interprets of what you see. Within the real time zone, known as the astral plane, we can see the same objects in the physical because of the Ka of the physical objects. So the Ka has many definitions and meanings, and we shall go over a few. And so we have a beautiful image here, 13th dynasty, king of Egypt around 1750 BC, a statue of the Ka of King Arebre Hor, and a head ornament, the 2 hieroglyphs, Ka, in the form of 2 raised hands. So this is a beautiful, beautiful statue, wood, bronze, crystal, and quartz inlays. JE 30948 in the Cairo Egyptian Museum. All right, so the Ka has the ability to feed. The oldest teachings of an altar and leaving food for your ancestors comes directly from ancient Kemet. This is why the word for food is Ka. It's Ka'u. So we see here that the word for food is Ka'u. All right, here's the U sound, the U, the emanation, right? So here's the Ka'u, and all of us are familiar, probably one of the most famous Kemetic words is Hotep, right? Everyone knows what Hotep is. Even those who don't study Ma'at, don't study Kemet, they'll even they know the word Hotep, right? This is the most famous Metanetter word, probably next to Ankh. So here we have Hotep, and we see the glyph here, Hotep, and it means altar, right? It also means an altar. So just as Hotep means peace, it also means altar, right? And offerings. So here we have Hotep, offerings, right? So, which is what the Ka, the food, goes on to as we venerate our ancestors and we give offerings of food to our ancestors. Now, a lot of people say, hey, why do you put food onto your for your dead ancestors? Well, that's when we understand the science of the double, right? Through studying many different means, through Kirlian photography and many different means, we learn and understand that consciousness exists outside of this physical. And really, when I first started to come to the conscious community, and it's called the conscious community, And I'm thinking that this is normal information that people know. I know people are able to go into this astral realm, and I know people are able to wake up in their dreams, right? I mean, this is the conscious community. I know, you know, I experience these things, so I'm coming to a community thinking this is normal. This should be normal here. You know, there's got to be other brothers and sisters who are experiencing this. But then I come to the conscious community and realize that these things are what's considered pseudo. I had to learn. Okay, well, there's a level of consciousness that hasn't been attained yet. So this is why we are here at the teachings of Ma'at, to bring this science to you, bring the math to you, and bring the actual real physical artifacts that our ancestors created and left for us to corroborate the information that we bring. And it's very, very powerful. So not only are you going to get science, you're going to get spiritual science here as well. That's backed by the ancestors. All right. So here is a stone, right, made of granite, a Manchester offering table at the Manchester Museum, count number 633 of the 18th dynasty, right? This is a Hotep. So when you say Hotep, you know you're also speaking about a table, an altar, right, for offerings. And we're gonna zoom into this section right here. And it's a little blurry here, I know, but if we look real close, right here, you'll see the symbol for Ka, right? So this is the two arms up, and this is the Nes symbol, the Nesu, which means royal or king, right? But here's the symbol for Ka. So we got the symbol for Ka of who? Does anyone know who this is? This is very, very, very famous Nesubiti and his beautiful mate, the beautiful goddess here. So let's move forward. Let's show a little bit of what this says here. So here's a drawing of this so we can see it more clearly. Right, so we can see this more clearly. So there we see the plant symbol for the Nesu, and we see the Ka, right? And we see the I, Ari, right? And we see Asar, symbol for Asar, right? The throne and Asar right here with the I. And here's the Shin that I showed earlier on the top of my presentation of my thumbnail, right? Neb Ma'at Ra. So Asar Neb Ma'at Ra. So this is after Neb Ma'at Ra, who is famously known as, hold on, let me go to the chat. Does anyone know who Neb Ma'at Ra is? Let's see if anyone knows. Let's go back to this image here and see if y'all are familiar. Does anyone know who this sister is right here? We got this great brother right here, Neb Ma'at Ra. And this beautiful sister here, anybody know? Let me see what y'all know before I give it to you. All right, if you don't know, that's perfect. That's what I like to hear. You can put "I don't know" in the chat if you're not familiar with these two netters right here. All right. Let's see, Minku. That's what happened to me last Sunday. We had 40 miles per hour winds, and it knocked everything out. Be safe. Yes, be safe out there. The weather is absolutely, we are at the mercy of the netter. So definitely be safe out there. Let's see. Nani Aset Mer, Tua Nini Ukahati Ma'at. Done. Such a great, powerful topic. Tua to you. See, bioenergetic double is the Ka. I've seen those. All right. No. I see. Maharu says no. Kato says no. Angela Gay says, whoo, I need no. Stephen E says, I don't know. Jamil X says, Nefertari. All right, good. This is what I like to see. All right, so this right here, Neb Ma'at Ra, is Amun Hotep III. Amun Hotep III, right? The father of Akhenaten, the grandfather to King Tut, and his famously known Neterette, Queen Tai. known as Queen Ptah right here. So this is a stele, or this is a hotep. This is an altar table that Queen Ptah had made for Amenhotep III. And this is after he had already made his transition, right? Which is why it's Asar right here. He's Asar. An offering which the king gives to Osiris, ruler of the West, that he may allow coming and going in the Rosette-Tiu for the royal Ka of the Osiris, Neb Ma'at Ra. An offering which the king gives to Osiris, the ruler of eternity. So these are going down the lines here. So this top one, right, is this one right here. So an offering which the king gives to Osiris, ruler of eternity, right, the ruler of eternity, the heck, to check, that he may give all that comes out upon his altar for the royal Ka of the Osiris, Neb Ma'at Ra. So we see that this is saying that this is for the royal Ka, the Ka for Amenhotep III. So this is showing that this energy here that's associated with the offerings that's also carved into this offering table has a Ka, and it's for the Ka of Neb Ma'at Ra, the great royal wife. She made it as her dedication for her brother, her beloved, the perfect God, right? The Nefer, Neter, Neb Ma'at Ra. So this is a beautiful, beautiful ancestral artifact that we have of giving offerings of Ka, of Ka'u, to the Ka. Beautiful. We still practice this tradition today, not knowing why or where it comes from, right? So many of us have been a part of this. I know I have many times before coming into this information of giving or pouring out libations for anybody who has made their transition, for all our family, for all our friends, for all our brothers that are no longer here with us, right? So here we have images of pouring out the 40, right? The 40 ounce of beer, you know, for the homies, right? This is what this for. I've done this many times prior to coming into this information, and throughout this permeates throughout many cultures, right? So here's the Dia de los Muertos, known as the Day of the Dead, right? Here we see someone pouring out libations for an ancestor. So when we go to the papyrus of Hunefer, right, it says, Hekenu, praises to thy name, thy Rin, which is one of the 9 aspects, and we'll go into deeper of this. Praises to thy name are poured out libations to the Ka. So this is showing in the papyrus of Hunefer that for the name of the person that we're given a libation to or given an offering to, poured out libations is for the Ka. It's for their Ka. So we still practice this today, and many of our relatives may practice this and don't understand that this is a teaching that originates with Ma'at. Let's keep moving. So now we're going to go into the pyramid text of Pt.2. And here's some beautiful artifacts of this strong brother here. We have the British Museum, around 2338 to 2298 BCE, a session number 30121. And I love these poses here because it shows such a humbleness for the king to be on his knees, giving offerings to the Natiru. This is a very powerful image here. All right, so we're gonna go into the pyramid text. Pt.2, 2321 BC to 2287, the 6th dynasty, the reign of Pt.2. And here we have someone went to his Ka. The Mechanti, Irti went to his Ka. This Pepi went to his Ka, to heaven. A ladder has been made for him to climb up in her name. Ascension, ascending one to heaven. His heavens ferry has been ferried across him by the dam, scepters of the undying ones, right? The scepters of the undying ones. All right, a ladder has been made. So here's the ladder to heaven, right here in the pyramid text in 2321 BCE. O Pepi, you will not fall to the ground, right? The bull of heaven has bent his horn to pass there to the lakes of the Duat. This merry ray will grab the two sycamores that are on the other side of the sky, put them across, and they put them on the eastern side of heaven, right? So here we have bull, the bull of heaven has bent his horn. So the word for bull right here is here, right here, ka. So the ka, just like you see in the glyph with the two arms up, one of the glyphs is also the ka, the bull. Right, so ka also means bull, right? The E1 glyph in Gardner's reference. So this is very powerful text speaking about the bull of heaven, right? The ka of Pet, right? The ka Pet. All right. So the ka is the spiritual essence of who you are. This is why the ka is also associated with the bull and why men today are called bulls. The bull is known as the opener, coming from the Medu word oop. So we are known as the bulls, you know, young bulls, right? I've heard many brothers say I'm a wild bull. All right, that comes from the pyramid text because Pepi is also the wild bull. So the ka is the spiritual essence of who you are, right? So the bull is the opener, to open up. So we see oop here with the horns. We see oop right here with the horns. To open up, to inquire into a matter, to try and decide a case in law, to decree, to judge or to pass judgment. Right, so this is something that is necessary for us to do as well. Of course, you know, many times we say, hey, don't judge me. But in reality, we should be judging. Judge self, of course, first. Because that is what you are going to do when it's time for your transition. Before anyone else can judge you, you'll look back at what you've accomplished, what you've done, and you'll judge yourself. Right? So oop, to judge. To be a leader means to be a bull, which is why one of the head of the Natiru and leaders is Ptah, the great bull, right? Ptah is known as the great bull, the Apis, which is the Medu word for bull, the Apis, which later created Sir Apis, which then later created your Jesus Christ. So it comes from Apis, who is the opener. Oop. Oop means leader, a chief, right? The head, the front of the pack, the leader, the oop with the horns. Ptah, which means to open, to make open work, to engrave, right? Which is one of my tones, Ani Ptah, to engrave, the engraver. And we have to open. So the great bull, the ka right here, which is the ka, is what's used to open up. Because just as when you eject from the physical body and you go into either the Upesh realm, because Upesh is what creates the word dream, the dream realm, because you got to open up to go into the dream realm, the Upesh. You must use your horns to open yourself up. You must be in a position of leadership. Right, so beautiful. Because Kemet teaches the dualism of masculine and feminine, I too shall do the same. As I just showed that the word ka means bull, what does this word create when adding the letter T to it? When we add the letter T at the end of a word, it makes the word feminine. The letter T is shown as a bread loaf, which is a feminine symbol of sustenance. Let's do this to the word ka. So let's add this T, which turns the ka into kat. Let's see what word this creates. vagina. So the word ka, when you add a T to it to make it feminine, creates the word vagina, right? Which is something that's also recognized today, the cat. All right. So here we have the Kat, the vulva, vagina, mother, concubines, or women in general. Right? The uterus, or Kat Tefnut, the vagina of Tefnut, the cat, or the Kait. There we go, the cow, right? Which is the feminine of the Ka, the bull. So the Ka is the bull, and the Kat is the cow. That's fire. That's absolutely beautiful. This language is amazing. All right, so we also see this here. So let's go into the laws of Ma'at to further investigate. We shall examine the oldest known book on the planet, which are teachings of Ma'at. So if we look at the oldest book on the planet that we have, we're going to fall into Ma'at, right? So let's look at some teachings of Ma'at, some Seba'it. The maxims of Ptah. And here's a beautiful image from his tomb, right? The tomb of Ptah, right here. Of course, carrying offerings. It's all about the Ka, feeding the Ka. All right. So here we go. Love your wife in good faith. Fill her stomach and clothe her back. The remedy for her limbs is unguent. Humor her heart during your lifetime. She is a field of blessing for her Lord. Don't be judgmental of her issues, but do direct her past arduous responsibility. All right? Don't be judgmental, but direct her. A squall is in her eye when she looks about, but her attitude will smooth as your affairs take shape. So I don't know how many of you brothers are have mates out there, and you may get into squirrels, right? You may get into certain type of disagreements, but you have the great brother, the great Netter, Ptah here giving you in the oldest teachings, the oldest book on the planet, how to be with your wife, how to love your himti, right? The word himti for wife. Her attitude will smooth as your affairs take shape. So you have to take care of your affairs. Take shape of your affairs. This will keep her in your house. This will keep her in your purr. To overregulate her would be pointless. We see that happen in a whole lot. Overregulation, right? You can do this, you can't do that. To overregulate her would be pointless. It doesn't even matter. The vulva bestows her means. By her charms, she commissions a canal. So, as we all know, the power of the woman, when she's in her feminine essence, she has the ability to achieve all that she wants. By her charm, she commissions a canal, right? By her charms, she commissions a canal, the myrrh, right? The myrrh, which also means inundation, right? Inundation and love. It's the word for love. But we see here, the vulva bestows her means. What's the word for vulva? Kat. So we see the Kat here. Her Kat bestows her means, provides her means. So love your wife in good faith. All right, next we're going to go to the Ba, right? The Ba which means to have a soul. Let's go back here. Let's see. Shout out to Mystic Mama. Good to see you in the chat room. Yes, my family will offer mirrors to ancestors when someone in the family was sick. That's beautiful. I need space for my altar. Can't wait to get one. It's going to be beautiful. When you do, and you will see, because we understand Ma'at is reciprocity. What you give, you receive in abundance. And I will love to hear what trajectory goes for you when you're able to provide an altar for your ancestors. Carl puts a mind blown. See, Mystic, happy wife, happy life. That's funny. I've been in many storms. Absolutely. Yes. So, of course, it's a dualism, right? It is a dualism here. All right. Ba, to have a soul. The Ba is an eternal part of oneself that travels through the Duat after death. It resides within the Ka. It is known as a flame or light. When we look at the judgment scenes in the papyri, we can see the Ba shown as a hawk body with a human head flying out of the Kat, the body, carrying the symbol of eternal life in its claws called the Shin. Right, so we see here the Ba with the plant, with the flame coming out of it, right? The incense being burned. And we see some objects or some creatures, half creature, half human, flying. Right, and we see, if we look closely here, we can see the image of the Shin, of eternal life, which is what holds the name, coming out of the body here, surrounded by fire, which is, this is also the Ba. So this entire image right here is the Ba. Right. So in the Pert-M Heru of Anhai, we see the Ba acknowledged as living. So in the papyrus of Anhai, we see, may she come forth. Per M Ba Anki. So may she come forth as a soul living. So the soul is alive, which, contradicts a lot of what may be known today, because to be alive, what means to breathe. I've heard that a lot of times, but here we see the Purim Haru is teaching the soul is alive. And as I taught earlier in the first presentation of how we still are able to breathe in the Netter Kurt, in the Duat. So breathing doesn't just happen here through this physical body, right? So we continue to breathe. May she come forth as a soul living. May she perform transformations according to her heart's desire. In every place she willeth. And Asar Nebet, the lady of the house, the Nebet Per, the singer of Amen, Anhai, in the Netter Kurt, in the underworld, every day. So this is a papyrus for, as you see, a woman as an Asar. So we see here that Anhai is now an Asar. She's the lady of the house, the singer of Amen, in the Netter Kurt. She comes forth as a soul living. As the body stays here on the physical planet, our soul is able to live in the heavens every day. So into the book of breathings, thy corruptible body liveth, right? Thy corruptible body, the Ka, the Kat, K, body liveth in Pt.2 and Nef-er-Tetet. So the body is in a physical place, right? So this is a physical place, the Pt.2, the Neferet. Thy soul, thy Ba, liveth in heaven each day. Beautiful. So now we're going to go into some coffin text, the ancient Egyptian coffin text from R.O. Faulkner, spell 44. The doors of the sky are opened because of your goodness. So the doors of the sky are open because of your goodness. May you ascend and see Hathor, Heru. May your complaints be removed. May your sin be erased by those who weigh in the balance on the day of reckoning characters. May it be granted that you join those who are in the bark by those who are in the suite. They having been made spirit-like with lustration, like Ray, appear as the lone star. Life is yours. There shall be water for you, that it may be well with your members. Be watchful over your corpse. So watch over your corpse, for you shall not be held back by thee who are in. May your soul have a heart. So right here is showing that your soul is to have a heart, that it may remember your corpse, that it may make fortunate the egg which creates you. So here your ba, right? The soul, the ba is to have a heart. May your ba have a heart. May your ba have an ebe, that it may remember your corpse, to remember who you are, right? To remember where you come from. That it may make fortune, that it may make fortunate the egg which creates you. The egg that creates you, the egg that comes from you. So you can become the great cackler. So the Ebe transcends just the physical body. The Ba is also to have an Ebe. The Ba travels smoothly through the heavens, just like a star that shoots across the skies. Stars are the fundamental building blocks of the universe and are responsible for creating most of the elements. Many stars consist of 73% hydrogen, 25% helium, and 2% other elements. Stars create the elements. Guess what elements make up most of who you are? 99% of the atoms in the human body come from 6 elements. Hydrogen, 62.9%. So the same element that makes up the actual majority of stars, which is 73% hydrogen, you're about 63% hydrogen. So, okay, here we go. Oxygen, almost 24%. Carbon, nearly 12%. Nitrogen, nearly 0.6%. And calcium, 0.24%. And phosphorus, 0.14%. So here in the pyramid text of Pepi, behold, Pepi, this thy soul is the soul of Anu. Thy Ba is the Ba-iu of Anu. Behold thy soul. Ba is the Ba-iu of Neken. Behold thy soul is the soul of Pe. Behold thy soul is a star living. Behold among its brethren. So here we see that the Seb Ankh, the Ba Seb Ankh, the Ba is a star living, right? So the ancient ancestors were as advanced as it gets. All right. Now we're on to the Kaibit. The Kaibit, which is known as the shadow or the shoot. The shoot, the shadow, right? We have the Kaibit here, or the shoot, or shoot. Shadow, shade, the spirit of God. The shade as part of a man's personality, spirit of God, right? The Kaibit is said to have an entirely independent existence and to be able to separate itself from the body. It was free to move wherever it pleased, and like the Ka and the Ba, it partook of the funeral offerings in the tomb, which it visited at will. So the Kaibit is also able to visit its own body, its own tomb, right? To receive the offerings that are left for you. Right? So there are many aspects, and we're going through the 9 different aspects of what makes up the soul. And the shade and the shadow is one of these 9 aspects, the Kaibit or the Shiut, which can travel with its own consciousness and come back to receive the Ka of the Ka'u, the food on the Hotep. So here we have, let not be shut in my soul. So right off the bat, don't let my Ba be shut in. Do not let my Ba be shut in. Let it not be fettered, my shadow. Kaibit. Do not let my shadow be fettered. Let be open, let it be open the way for my soul and for my shadow. May it see the great God. May it see the Neter A'ah. Ma'ah, may it see, right? So ma'ah means to see. So we don't want our soul to be shut in the body. We don't want our shadow to be shut in. Let it not be shut in. Let it be open the way so that my soul and my shadow may see the great Neter, the A'ah Neter. We find the Kaibit being associated with the Ba, where there is a soul, which is also light, Ba, because it has the flame, which is a representation of light. As I have shown previously, then there must be a shadow with it, right? Because with light comes shadow. And here we see a Ba right here traveling with the shadow. Same as here, the Ba with the shadow. Let's go into the papyrus of Nu and see what we find concerning the Shiut. And here's the papyrus of Nu, British Museum number EA 10477. Right here's a greater image of it. The papyrus of Nu. To the ground, inhabitants of their places, lie down on your bellies until I pass you. My old power will not be stolen. My shadow will not be taken. My shoot. My shadow will not be taken. I am the divine hawk. May incense be offered to me. Right? The Ba. May incense be offered to me. May light be offered to me. And incense also has a powerful ungent to it, a powerful smell, which we'll get into a little bit of that here coming up, and how important the smell is. May the gifts be offered to me. Isis is in front of my face. So we have right here the shadow making sure to not be taken. All right. Another image of the Ba with the Kaibit or the shoot. Oh, high one, if he is worshipped, great Ba, mighty, great Ba, inspiring the gods to respect him when he has appeared on his great throne, then may he in justified prepare the way, his Ba, his Ak, and his shade, being well taken care of. So here we have his shade, what is to be well taken care of. Just like the Ba and the Ak, which are other aspects of the 9 parts of the soul. So the Kaibit and the shadow of oneself is extremely important. So important that there's a spell, right? A spell for opening the grave for the Ba and for the shadow, for the Kaibit or for the shoot, to go out in the daytime, to have both legs at one's disposal, right? So we see that the shoot or the shadow is associated with the Ba, the light. and it is to be open. We want to open the doors of heaven so that we can traverse with our ba and with our shoot or kaibit, to go out into the daytime, to have both legs at one's disposal. Just as his ba and his ak and his shade are being well taken care of. Prepare the way when he has appeared on his great throne. So prepare the way. So this is a very important aspect that is important for us to recognize and know for when the time comes. So imagine all this scatteredness for those who for this information that has been lost, right? For all of our ancestors prior and being trapped into the spell and hypnosis of religion, which doesn't teach you about any of this, only teaches you about belief, and then believing in a story of a specific person, and not actually teaching you about what's necessary to retain your consciousness and take control of the different parts of yourself, which you understand and know to be very real, because you can practice this before you die. That's the beautiful thing about this. For anybody who don't believe it, take 6 months out of your life and apply. Trick yourself into believing it and apply these principles that are taught in the Per Imheru, and you will learn and you will find out that this is absolutely the truth, and this is very necessary. So I'm so grateful to our ancient ancestors who documented this and put such detailed record, and being able to explain these aspects of ourselves for us here today to utilize. This information here is priceless. You can't put a price on being able to gain consciousness of all these different aspects of yourself that are conscious themselves, outside of just you being conscious right here in your physical body. So when it's time to make your transition and you go into the non-physical realms, that you are not there in a confused state, right? You're not there confused about where am I at? What am I doing? What is that over there? You know where to go. You know how to get to where you're going. You have the right tones, because this is all sound vibration, and it's no different. It's no different when you're in these other dimensions, in these other realms that are conscious, and anybody can go there at any time here before you even make your transition there permanently and have your final ejaculation out the body. So this is absolutely very powerful information that anyone can utilize. So Tua and Henu to the great ancestors for providing this. All right, so let's move forward. All right, here we have more imagery here. This is an image of the mummification process here. All right, very beautiful. We see the shadow here being washed over right here. Same thing here. Of the mother, Mut, one of my favorite words, Mut. I love that word. Love that tone, because it creates so many different powerful tones. The Mut, M creating. So the Mut M Kamam, Kim, the mother, creating the gods from silence. The gods from silence. Giving the mother heat to the gods, to the Natiru. Astu, which means behold something, is given to me charm. Hekau, right, which is the words known for words of power, sound vibration. Hekau, this from where it is, quicker than greyhounds, fleeter than light. See the word there for light. Shuit, otherwise said fleeter than a shadow. Same word there, shuit. But we see the determinatives switch. So we have the same word here to create the actual pronunciation. The shu, the feather, which is called shu, the feather of Ma'at, and the u, e, and the bread loaf, which creates t, the shuit. And then here's the determinative, which is the per, right? To be within something, like a house. And then we have shuit here with the sun. So same word, but it's a dualism. It's a dualism here, light and shadow. So the shadow is to be swifter than a greyhound and fleeter than light. And just as, because we teach an as above, so below principle, just as here in the physical realm, your shadow travels with you. So however fast you travel is how fast your shadow travels. And it's no different when you enter into the Netzer Kurt or the Tuat. You must be fleeter than light, quicker than greyhounds, so that you may, so just as it teaches for opening up the grave for the bottom, for the shadow to go out into the daytime, right? So your shadow is to be with you, right? To have full control of your consciousness and full control of every part of who you are. There's 9 different parts. So this is very, very, very important. All right. So now we're going to the Temple of Seti 1, Book of the Heavenly Cow. The Book of the Heavenly Cow. The Kot. So page 289 in the literature of ancient Egypt, in the Book of the Heavenly Cow. Then this goddess returned after she had slain mankind in the desert. The majesty of this god said, "Welcome, Hathor. Have you accomplished that for which you sent out?" This goddess replied, "As you live for me, I have overpowered mankind, and it was agreeable to my heart." The majesty of Re said, "I shall gain power over them as king. Hold off disseminating them." And so Sekhmet came into being. The nightly beer mash for wading in their blood, starting from her Acleopus, Re said, "Please summon to me speedy emissaries, whose pace is as swift as a body's shadow." So these emissaries were brought immediately. And then we see the word right here, shadow and kot. Here's the kot, the shoot, and the kot, the two of the 9 aspects, the shoot. So Sekhmet came into being right after the king said, "I shall gain power over them. Hold off decimating them." And so Sekhmet came into being, first as Heru, the heavenly cow. So we see the shadow being associated with speed, just as it said in this previous, in the Papyrus of Ani, page 87, fleeter than a shadow, fleeter than light, otherwise said fleeter than a shadow, right? As swift as a body shadow. So remember, let's keep that in mind when moving forth. And the only way to be swift and to be quick is to be what? Light as a feather, as the shoe. To be light as a feather. All right, so beautiful. Now we're going to move forward to the ku, or the ak, the aku, which translates to intelligence or light. All right, let me come back here. Come back and see you all here. Let me see. Yes, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, be sure to hit that like button. Help the YouTube algorithm push this out there, and share this to your Facebook, Instagram, and bring this to your people. Angela Gates says, also, tobacco on the altar has a strong spell to the ancestors. Absolutely. And we have a misconception today a lot of the times, and we thinking that the benefits of certain things that we eat here in the physical translates to that of into the astral realm. So if your ancestors appreciated whatever it is that they liked, it's important to bring that to them. So the ka of that they can receive. They can receive the ka energy of whatever it is that they like, even if it's not the healthiest thing here in the physical forest. But they receive that ka energy and they appreciate that. Let's see, shout out to Maria Bensebe Hotep, great Natiru. Peace to you, goddess. Hotep to you. All right, let's keep moving forward. All right, this is the oldest known word for light and spirit. It holds many definitions that relate to light. It is also known as intelligence, which means that it holds its very own consciousness as well. The Ku also lives within the heavens. So we see a theme here. We see a theme of these different aspects of the soul having its own separate consciousness and being able to traverse and travel in the heavens. And it's no different here for the Ak, for the Ku. And here's of the tomb of Scorpion 1, 3200 BCE. And the oldest word right here for spirit or for light. So let's look at some attestations of this word being utilized. And here we'll go to the Papyrus of Ani for this. Another chapter of giving breath, right? The Kire in Ertet Nefu, giving breath. I am Sab, which is one of my titles, which is the hound, which is also known for its quickness and its speed, the fastest dog on the planet. These are race dogs, the greyhounds. Nook Sab Sabu. I am Sab Sabu. I am Shu, which is also swift, right? That's swift and quick, the feather. This is what allows a bird to even fly. Without the feathers, it's not able to fly, and even in specific ways. So if you know of birds, a lot of bird keepers, they'll cut certain feathers from the bird so that it can't actually fly away. So without the feathers, you're not able to fly. So we have the Sab and the Shu, which is a chapter of giving breath, to be swift, to be fast. So this is about speed, right? To be swift and fast. Draw in the air, in the presence, the Mba, of the glorious God, the Ku, at the limits of heaven. Right? So we see Ku here being translated to glorious God. And we see the sun with light emanating and a netter. And here's a chapter of not dying a second time in another world. So yes, you do. There is a possibility of death after death. And that's a great question to send into Saba TEHUTI, the TEHUTI pod class, and talking about the second death and how to make sure that when we die, we actually are brought to life. Saith Asar, Ani, is opened, to come into existence, to open up, by hiding place. Twice hath fallen light. Ku, with the ibis bird here, hath fallen light within the darkness. Hath arranged me the eye of Heru, hath nursed me. So here the Kenu, to go within something, and the Kekui, the darkness, which is also a glyph for the pet, which means heavens. So hath fallen the light within the darkness. So Ku. And then we have right here, 115, I am intelligence. So Nook Ku, I am intelligence. So intelligence isn't something that I just have. I literally am intelligence. Ku. Hell Netter every, hell every netter, hell every shining being. Ku, shining, to shine. So hell every netter and hell every shining being. The Aku is a powerful tone of light. Its glyph is represented by the ibis bird of TEHUTI. The bird is known as the digger. As TEHUTI is the netter of wisdom and intelligence, he represents being able to dig into the blackness to find the root. Right? So that's what the ibis bird does. It digs into the blackness, into the darkness of the soil to find what it's looking for, just as you dig into information to find the root of something, which will lead you to Ma'at, because Ma'at is the root. As we're showing the oldest book on the planet, the Maxims of Ptah, which is teaching you how to keep your family happy in a good position, how to keep your mates and your wives and content, and to allow your Eve to lead, and how to do so many things. The Maxims of Ptah. The great brother Atef did a class on the Maxims of Ptah. You can find right here on the Teachings of Ma'at YouTube channel. So you can go there to ask for more. Great Saba Tehuti just broke down some teachings of Ma'at. And this is what we bring forth to you every Sunday. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this information out there, because this is what's necessary. People having debates on what's greater for our people, Ma'at or the Bible. It's not even close. This is the source information. This is the beginning of morality, right? The beginning of consciousness and intelligence, represented here by the ibis bird of TEHUTI. The word dig or find also became a name of Egypt. So Kim, right here, the ibis bird and the owl, Kim, to find, also creates the word Kim, which means black. Creates the word Kemet, which is what we know as Egypt. So the word Egypt is known as Kemet, which literally means the blackness, which means intelligence and consciousness, because it's all of the color light spectrum brought together into one, which creates the full complete consciousness, which is what we're doing here with the 9 aspects, bringing all 9 aspects into one to be a complete conscious being. But to do that, we must dig, right? We must dig and we must find what's necessary to be able to bring this information together. So Kemet is literally the land of intelligence, the land of the black, the land of consciousness. So let's keep moving forward. So now that we know the Ku is light, how did the ancient ancestors tie this into how we recognize light today? Right? So let's see. Of course, the last known wonder of the 7, going back to the 7, right, which means to dictate. Wonders of the world, the Akus, the pyramids, right? It's known as the Great Pyramid of Khufu. And the Pyramid of Khufu is called an Aku. So it's literally means light. So we see here the Akut Khufu, the name of the Pyramid of Khufu. Akut, Aku right here. Light, splendor, radiance, brilliance, glorious deeds, splendid acts, virtues, excellences, blessings, and benefits. So this, the Aku here, which is what we really should be calling it, not a pyramid, because there's nothing, this is not like any of these pyramids that we see today that they try to compare this to. This is an Aku. And it is a literal physical representation of light. All right, so the great Aku's latitude in degrees tallies with the speed of light. So we see the speed of light here at 299,792,458 meters per second, which is also the latitude of the Akus. So it equals out. So 29 979-2458. So this is so we see here how the Aku is physically associated with the speed of light. So the pyramid's geometry showcases both pi and the golden ratio phi, with the conjunction pi phi to the second, pi sixth, phi to the second fifth, not only provided a natural basis for the cubic meter ratio, but also approximating the speed of light, latitude, and radians. Its scaling reflects the size of the Earth and its rotating rate. By relating cubits to meters and days to seconds, this mighty monument quite deliberately encodes the value of C by figuratively permitting the conversion of energy to mass. So this is very, very, very deep, high science that the ancient Kemetians brought forth, our ancient ancestors brought forth, to showcase light, and literally created a structure that means light based on the mathematical equation of light, the Aku. For a more thorough breakdown, send in the question to the TEHUTI pod class. Very deep. So now we're going to the pyramid text of Teti. Here's Teti here. Old Kingdom, 6th Dynasty, 2323 to 2291 BC, in the Egyptian Museum, Cairo, JE 39103. This is the pyramid text of 187, spell 187. Recitation: for he has taken Teti from that which is below and does not give him to Osiris. Teti cannot truly die. Teti cannot truly die, having become Ak in the Aket and stable in the Jadut. So here it's showing that that you can also not truly die. So if you cannot truly die, then there can be its opposite as well, in that you can actually die, right? Which is why one of the spells, one of the tones, and one of the Hekau in the Papyrus of Ani is to chapter of learning how to not die a second death. So if you have to know how to not die a second death, then it is possible that you can die a second death. And here, right here, it says Teti cannot truly die because he has become an Ak, right? The Aku, the light in the Aket. And here's spell 197. Raise yourself, Teti, hasten you of great strength, and sit at the fore of the gods, and do that which Osiris has done in the mosque enclosure in Heliopolis. Now that you have received your insignia, your foot has no limit in the sky, and you cannot be barred in the world. For you are an Ak, whom Nut bore and Nebtet suckled as they joined you. When you stand up in your forcefulness, you shall do what you used to do before, and be more Ak than all the Ox. Powerful. All right, next we have the Sekem. Next we have the Sekem. Divine power, conscious memory. All right. There's a beautiful image of Nefertari. The Sekem is known for being a form of oneself and the essence of power that also has the ability to reside within the heavens. So here we go again. Another aspect of the soul being able to reside within the heavens. It is a powerful tone that is associated with music and weaponry. It is also, it also became a name of Upper and Lower Kemet. We see here the Sekti or the Sekemti, Upper and Lower Egypt. So this is also a name of Kemet here. The Sekti, the Sekemti. What? The land of divine power and conscious memory. So we got Tamaray, the beloved land, the land of love. Sekemti, the land of divine power, the land of conscious memory. Kemet, the black land, the land of consciousness. right? So very powerful tones, and the tones of the actual land reflect that, of the consciousness of the people that reside there. So therefore, also becoming the name of the combined crowns, the Sekhem-T, the crowns of the south and north united. The double crown is called the Sekhem-T. And here you have the scepter. She's carrying the scepter right here of Sekhem. So even while sitting down playing a game, she's playing a game and she's holding a symbol of power. What are the children here today when they sit down and they play a game? Are they still in the consciousness of maintaining power, of having conscious memory of who you are? So this is a very powerful picture. So even in a time of playfulness, we don't lose our consciousness of who we are and the consciousness of the power that we hold. So here in the Papyrus of Ani, page 98, goeth forth his heart to inhabit the body. Pleasant is his heart to the Netiru. The heart of Asar Ani, Ma'akuru, victory is he. Sekhem F, he hath gained power. He hath gained power over it. Not hath he said, what hath been done to it. He hath gained power over his limbs, his own. Sekhem, he hath gained power over his limbs, right? His Atf. He has gained power over what he has said. Hath obeyed him his heart, so his heart obeys him. He is thy Lord. Neb, thou art in his body. Not mayest thou fall away. I have commanded that thou shouldest be obedient to me. So here it teaches you that we are supposed to have power over these things. So even over our limbs, over our heart, over what is said, we are to Sekhem, to gain power over it, to become victorious. Right? This isn't just, just believe and that's it. No, you have to attain the consciousness and you have to dig for this type of information because this matrix is so deep. It's very easy to get lost in the matrix and the programs that are all around us. TEHUTI just did an excellent breakdown of the movie They Live. The only real breakdown of this movie. We are in that time now to where they're putting it so blatant in your face because as a whole, people are completely hypnotized. You can say something directly in front of somebody and they won't know. You can do something right in front of their faces and they won't recognize what just happened to them. And this matrix is very real and it's very deep. So if you are here, you are in a position to really completely remove yourself from that and Sekhem and gain power over your thoughts, gain power over your consciousness. So therefore you gain power over your limbs. So therefore you gain power over your breath, over your heart. You Sekhem, you stand in that and you cannot be controlled by outside forces. You are in control of that and you're able to do and go as you please. And it's very powerful. I mean, what price can you put on that? To become Sekhem means that you have gained a control over something. To obtain the power to be conscious of the movement. The word Sekhem is represented by a scepter of power. So here's King Tut's Sekhem scepter in the Cairo Museum. And this was, I had asked this question to Saba a while ago, some months back, because in Metanetter Monday class, we go over a lot of the Purim Haru and the actual Metanetter, which not just as a language, because the Metanetter is something that you have to live out, right? It's to echo something. It's to echo the Netiru. So it's more than just studying here and saying, oh, this is ETH and Viper F. It's more than that in the MetaNetter class. And I'm always one to learn what these symbols are. So if I see something that I don't know, I'll write it down as a question. If I see a symbol, what is that? All right, what is that? What is that symbol there? And at the right time, you know, I bring it to Saba TEHUTI. If I'm not able to dig and find the information myself, or if there's a certain part of my consciousness that pushes me to ask for a different reason. So I brought this question to Saba TEHUTI and asked, what is the SCRIIBE scepter? Because this is another one of my favorite words, SCRIIBE. And it means mighty, powerful, direct, rule, an emblem of authority and scepter. So he brought this to me and taught me that this is what this actually is, this glyph. Because when I seen this glyph, I'm like, what is that glyph right there? Looks like an arrow pointing down on a line. What is that? So it's this right here. It's the SCRIIBE scepter, and this is a scepter of Tutankhamun, which you see the shin here of Neb Khepera with the 3 lines in his name. So Neb Khepera. Because the word SCRIIBE means power, it must also be associated with the memory, because without conscious memory, it is not possible to obtain any power. Without conscious memory, it is not possible to obtain any power. You will simply forget that you have any. So you can wake up right now. Oh, okay, I'm a netter. I have the ability to control my thoughts. Wow. And you fall asleep and you wake up tomorrow and you forget. It doesn't even matter what you did today. You've lost that ability. You no longer have that power because you have to remember that you have it. If you don't have it, now tomorrow when you wake up and you forget, now there's no more power. And this is what we as a whole are suffering from, which is why we have no SCRIIBE, because we have no conscious memory of where we come from and where we are and who we are. Right? Because this matrix has been superimposed over the real matrix, which is the mother, which goes back to Ma'at, which is why if you continue to dig and take yourself back, you'll eventually get to the original matrix, which is the mother. So here's the chapter of making the deceased to remember his name in the Netter Kurt. May be given to me my name in the great double house. May I remember my name in the house of fire, in the house of light, Nesser. It's root word Nes, which means fire, means tongue, which created the word Nesut from Nesut BT. The fire, the tongue, the light. Night, right? Here's the night. That of computing years and telling the number of the months. I am with that divine being and I sit at the side east of what? And we'll get back to that a little bit later. So here's a beautiful image of Asar represented as a SCRIIBE scepter himself. So he is divine power, conscious memory, represented here with Ra on top, with the Nepti on both sides, the double serpent goddesses. Same right here. The Aset and Nebtet with their 2 arms up in the Ka. Same with the baboons, the 2 arms up in the Ka, raising the consciousness of Asar. When you think of a Netteret, power and fire, so let me come back to the chat room and see who's still with me. When you think of a Netteret or a goddess that represents power and represents fire, who comes to mind? So let's see who knows. What Netteret, what goddess do you recognize or do you think that comes to mind when you think of power and fire? Right? The nest, the fire. Let's come back to the chat room and see, and let's get some participation. All right. What Netzeret comes to mind when you think of power and fire? All right.
Stephen E says Seket.
Hey.
Shout out to Jason Kirkland. He says Sekmet. Shout out to Jamie OX says Sekmet. Maria Ben Sibi says Sekmet.
All right. There we go. Absolutely. Powerful. Okay. Stephen E says side of pet heaven. Been reading my Purim Haru. Beautiful, good brother. Indeed, I am drawn back to mother. That's why I'm here. Mystic Mama. You're the Mystic Mama. You gotta be here. Shout out to you. All right. Yes, Sekmet. Perfect. Maharu says Hathor. Whoever this brother is, I need you to type your name so I can know what to call you. I'll call you Black Sun. How about that? Black Sun, Heru. Jason Kirthan says Tekait. Nanamun Sekmet. Okay. That's right. Most of you all got it. Maru says Heru, which, as I showed in the destruction of mankind, that prior to becoming Sekmet, it was Heru who was sent out. So yes, Sekmet, the beautiful Netzeret Sekmet, and here you see Heru right here, Maharu. So yes, if you look, her name is very familiar to this word that we're speaking of and that I'm teaching on. Sekem et, right? Which makes a word feminine, the T. So without the T, it'd be Sekem. All right, so Sekem et. Sekmet. That's absolutely right. Sekmet is a powerful Netzeret of combat. Her name is also Akut Nabat. So here's the word Akut, which is light or spirit, flaming eye. The goddess Sekmet. So she's known as the flaming eye, the Akut Nabet. He represents the flaming eye of Ra that was sent out to protect him. Therefore, she is a symbol of fire. Sekmet, a fire goddess. And her name is also Seket, right? So it's just Seket as well. And you'll find this in the anthology, or the Legends of the Gods, the Legends of the Gods. And that's her name when being sent out. So Seket. This is also the name of the place you go to when you die and your Ebe is weighed, resulting in being lighter than a feather of Ma'at. So when you transition and your heart is light and you're able to be as quick as fleeter than light, right? Your kaibit, your shoot, is able to be as fast as light, and you're able to traverse in these different realms with your conscious memory, right? You end up going to a place called the Seket Aru, the field of reeds. This is what the field of reeds is called, the Seket Aru. So a place of power and conscious memory. Seket Nebet Heteput, which is also a district in the Duat where offerings were abundant. So the field of offerings, the field of reeds, is a place of divine conscious power and memory, right? Seket Aru. So with all of this in mind, we can truly understand the importance of sound memory. Did the ancient ancestors really know that all this has to do with sound vibration? Ramesses III, carrying a Sekem scepter, makes a libation to Anpu, tomb of Ramesses III, KV11, carrying the Sekem scepter in his hand. All right. Did the ancient ancestors really know that this all has to do with sound vibration? Of course they did, right? So here we have Tomb of Ker-Uf, 18th dynasty. Right? The Mes, the Mesu. And children holding some symbols in their hand that look very familiar to a Sekhem scepter. The head of Heru. Right? So Sekhem, an instrument of music, a sistrum. The Sekhemi, to play the sistrum. So the same word for power and memory is also the same word for an instrument of music. Very, very deep. And here we have the Papyrus of Ani, British Museum EA 10470, with his beautiful goddess here, Tutu, holding the Sekhem scepter in her hand, right behind his head. So what else does Sekhem mean? To recite, to decree, with the glyph with the hand pointing to his mouth, Sekhem, with sound vibration, to recite, which is also the greatest way to what? Remember something. To remember something is recitation. When you need to remember something, you're reciting. You're reciting in the mirror, reading it over, reciting it over and over again. This is how you remember. Writing it down and reciting it over and over and over again until it's programmed into your subconscious and you no longer have to think about it. You no longer have to think about what comes next. You just be, and it comes forth as a sound vibration because you've programmed your consciousness with it. That is Sekhem. To recite, to decree. And here's a beautiful physical artifact of the Sekhem in the Met Museum, a session number 17190, 1959. Very, very beautiful. These artifacts here. I mean, with the Natiro on them, with the beautiful metanetter on them, with powerful tones on them. This is so powerful. All this carries a sound vibration. This makes a sound vibration, but this entire thing is a sound vibration. Every single object, you see the serpent right here, the Araret right here in the middle, which means raise. This is all very beautiful. I mean, we want to talk about fashion or talk about anything of today. I mean, the ancient ancestors were just fire with what they brought forth. This stuff was amazing. Their harps, you ever look at their harps at the very bottom, they got the image of a nectar there, and it's just beautiful craftsmanship. It ain't, just like regular instruments today where we just have the actual instrument. Their instruments were made with the symbols of the Natiru and the metanetter written in them, and very powerful tones and symbols. So this is absolutely beautiful. So yes, the word Sekhem also means music, to play a sistrum, the specific sistrum here, an instrument of music, and it also means to recite. And then we have here the Sab, which is one of my tones, which means to be a judge, to be a chief or a master, right? And you see the Sab here in the Purim Haru, the Papyrus of Ani, with the Sab here with which is called the Ku, which goes back to the word previous, the Aku, which means light. Here's the Aku, which you also see the Nesubitis, the Par-Ees, the kings holding to their chest. They wear the Ku, the hook and the flail, right? And then here's the Sekhem scepter. So all these powerful symbols. So you cannot be a judge or a master of anything without Sekhem. And this is a actual representation of that. right, to become Sob. All right. And finally, we're to the ninth one. We are to the ninth one, the Ren. To tie this all together with the last actual concept of sound vibration, the Ren, which is the mouth glyph of R or Ra, and the water glyph for the glyphs of waves of sound vibration, and the hand to the mouth. So the literal speaking, the literal mouth is speaking this. Like, and when you record into any type of audio program and you speak, you see that right there. This is exactly what you see right here. Sound waves going just like that, coming from your mouth. Name, the Ren is the sound vibration that makes up who you are. This tone carries with you through lifetimes and follows you after. All and everything is made up of sound vibration. So we should not be at a shortage of knowing the importance of this final eternal aspect of the soul. To showcase royalty, a name goes inside of a Shin, which allows the king to live for eternity, which I've been showing throughout since the very beginning of this presentation. The Shin, the Shenu, which also means endless time, eternity. So because the name goes inside of a Shin, it too must mean something about sound vibration as well, right? Shin, Shenu, which means to speak. Shenu, which means to speak. The ancestors were geniuses. Just like in the physical today, we want our names to precede us, to have a good energy behind it so that you are recognized as someone of trust and of goodness. If when your name is brought up and negativity is associated with it, you will be repelled as if you have a nasty smell associated with you. Right? So you ever been around a group of people who bring somebody up and everyone's like, oh man, nah, man, leave that person over there. We don't want that person over here. That means your name is carrying around a frequency that is that of a smell that stinks, right? That you don't want around you. You don't want that smell around you. You want the unguent of something powerful and very beautiful, right? So when we go into the Purim Haru, page 90 of the Keeper of the Scales, thou art my double within my body. Thou art my double, my ka, right here within my kot. Forming and making strong. Right, forming right here. Kanim. With the ram netter. Forming and making strong my limbs. At. Mayest thou come forth to the place of happiness. The Nefer. To which we advance there. Not may make to stink my name. My Ren. The Shenet. Who make men to be in stability. So mayest thou come forth to the place of happiness, to which we advance there. We advance to the place of happiness. I come forth there. Not may my name stink. Of the Shenet, the nobles at court. Those who make men to be in stability. So the important ones who make stableness. Do not make my name stink. Right? So this is very important. And this allows you to keep a consciousness to make sure that, for one, that your name precedes you, so that your name is actually in places where you're not even physically there, and that it brings forth a positive, good energy, not that it brings forth a negative energy and an energy that deals with something that has a stench to it. So here we see the name being associated with the pleasant smell in the book of breathings. Pleasant, the Nechemi, is the odor of thee unto the revered ones. Great is thy name among the spiritual beings, among the Sahu, which I taught about in the first part 1 of this video. So the Sahu, the spiritual beings. Smell is also the strongest sense attached to memory. You can smell something for half a second and you can remember the first time you ever smelled that, or you have a memory associated to a smell. You can smell something and it takes you right back to that memory immediately. It's a very, very, very powerful method to utilize to attain memory. So pleasant is the odor unto thee, unto the revered ones. Great is my name among the Sahu. So here we have page 168, the chapter of being among the cycle of the Netiru and of being transformed. Keper, which transformation, and a very, very powerful tone to make sure that we're always in a consistent state of transforming. So even in the Neter Kurt, even after death, you're still in a state of needing to transform yourself to become a Keper, to become a Keperit for the goddesses, being transformed into the prince of the divine chiefs. He saith, homage to thee. Homage to thee, Temu, Lord of heaven. I have made to come to you what is right and true. What is Ma'at? Anki and Ma'at, what is right and true. I know, I which rec or RX, knowledge, right? The mouth and the placenta, because what you speak must be siphoned out all what's not good for you. Just as the placenta does for the baby, the blood siphons out, the placenta siphons out what's not good and what's not necessary for the baby to utilize. So just as that's what creates the word rec, which means knowledge, because knowledge isn't associated with just speaking anything. It has to be siphoned through, and what's good is given to you after being siphoned through, because what is also said comes from the Ebe. So I know you, I know your names. So here, as being transformed into the prince of the divine chiefs, homage to thee, Temu, Lord of heaven. I have made to come to you, to Temu, to Tim, the completed one, the one of completion, which is what Tim means, which later created the word etymology, which means that which is true, the facts or the origin of something. I know you, Temu knows your name before you even do. I know forms your which are not known. I know what forms you, that which is not known. Coming into being among you, I have come to you, I have risen like God that there among men. So I have risen like a netter among men. So we're netters among men, right? To know, to rec your name. To rec kua ren, to know your name. It's very important. Weight of the place of right and truth, Ma'ah, is thy name. So my ren is that of Ma'at. It is the weight of the place of Ma'at. So your ren is to be that of right and truth. You know, which is why it's so important that, you know, for me personally, to make sure that I did what was necessary to attain a sound vibration that has to deal with my consciousness of where I come from, who I am, and where I'm going. Because our names, that which everybody calls you and that which you call yourself, and before you speak anything, it comes from your consciousness of your Ebe, which has a mind of its own. So you're speaking these things before you even can affect someone else. It's affecting you because you hear it before they do, because you automatically think of it prior to even saying it. So when you're speaking about saying something to someone, it's got to come through you first. It's got to filter through you first. So it automatically creates the consciousness within you before you can even press that on somebody else, which is one of the reasons why I personally, don't curse. Because before I can curse someone else, which the word of curses, I am cursing myself, because that sound vibration is going right back into me before I even give it to someone else. Removing, not uniting, passeth away my ren from all things evil through the word. So remove all things that are evil associated with my name. Remove it. That which I speak unto you, the metu, which creates the word metu netter. So it says remove the things that's not uniting. Remove the things that are evil through the word, which I speak unto you. I am he who riseth and shineth. Nuk ubin peshet. I am he who rises and I am he who shines. Walls of walls. Only one from only one. Ua im ua. Not is Ra without that which belongeth to him. So here we see that the Perm Haru is teaching to remove all the evil things through the word that are spoken, that is associated with your ren, with your name. So this also removes the effect of stinking up your name, because you are who? You are one who rises, and you are one who shines. You are one who is the Pechet, the Pesht, which also means 9, which creates what's known as the Ennead, the 9 netters of origin, which also means to shine. So it goes back to the number 9 again. So we're dealing with 9 aspects of creation, which 9 is the true infinity. Mathematically, it's an infinite number, and it means to shine, to illuminate. So now let's go back to Sikkim and finish the chapter of remembering thy ren. Chapter of remembering his ren in the Netzer Kurt. And here's remember, right? The word that creates Sekem, Seka'u. So here's the Seka'u, the memory, right? The Seka'u of the ren. May be given to me my name in the great double house, and may I remember my name in the house of fire. So in the double house, because the double realm, right? The Netzer Kurt, the astral plane, the real time zone, the places that you can go to and practice here in the physical reality. You can go there. The double house, may I remember my name in the house of fire in night, that of computing years and telling the number of the months. I am with that divine being, and I sit at the side, the east of heaven, just as the great brother Stephen E said in the chat. Any netter advanceth, or Tim again, Timu. Any netter advances he behind me to Chet Aren, M Ket. I declare his name immediately. So any netter that advanced he behind me, I declare his name. To declare a name, right, of a netter. So this is very important for those of us who carry names and tones of vibrations that deal with slavery, that deal with all the negativity that comes along with certain names that we carry. It's very important for us to recognize that a name is a sound vibration, and that's what creates this entire reality. And that is what creates the reality of the double time zone, or the Seket Aru, the Seket Aru, or the Seket Hetepu. This entire realm is of sound vibration and memory. So when we carry a vibration, and we are ejected out of this physical body, you literally are a vibration, and you attract that which you resonate at. It's just like here. It's no different. You attract who you are. You know, when you're whoever it is that you're around you. So you being in this class, those of you who are in this class here right now are here because of the vibration attracts you. This vibration attracts you, and it's vice versa. And this is a continuous, this is a constant throughout reality. Our sound vibrations are what bring those things that we have to us, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. That's why it's so important for us to be conscious of our vibration. And it's a very deep topic, but as the Purim Haru teaches, as the ancient ancestors teach, it is so important for us to, for one, remember our name. So not only are we supposed to attain a sound vibration here, not only are we supposed to have a ren, have a name, we have to actually remember it, right? Because without conscious memory, there is no power. You cannot, if you take your name here and then you forget it where you're going, that sound vibration no longer carries with you. And you're no longer in control, because sound vibration is what comes from the mouth and comes from the tongue, which means kur, which creates the word netzer, the inner world, the underworld, the netzer kur. The kur is a row, is a oar. It's for the boat to control where your boat is going. And you'll see the boat traveling through in the afterlife. You're on a boat. There's different kinds of boats that represent consciousness and mirrors, reflections, sound vibration. So when you have that conscious memory of the ren, you know, which is the tongue, which is the kur, you're able to control where you're going. I know exactly where I'm going. Same way with when you know what you speak, when you're the rek, the RX with the mouth glyph and the placenta, which means knowledge. When you can speak with knowledge, you're able to control where you're going in any subject and any topic. And that's the same way that transcends into the netzer kurt, the kur, which is sound vibration. So it's very, 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 very extremely important for us to not only carry tones and not just pick up tones just because, oh, that sounds good. A tone is a reflection of who you are. That's what a tone is. For me, it wasn't for me to necessarily give myself a tone. I wanted to earn a tone. I wanted to make sure that I'm a reflection of the sound vibration that precedes me, right? So there's not a contradiction there. The respect for the sound vibration, because I'm a scribe, I'm a performer, I'm a spoken word artist. I have been connected to sound vibration and tones for as long as I can remember. So I have a special respect for speaking and sound vibration, and understanding that if I take on a tone, I must represent that tone, right? So I was fortunate enough to be able to be attracted to the consciousness of TEHUTI, and this was even prior to Saba TEHUTI coming to the online world, for us to be able to interact with the great Saba TEHUTI. So when I came across the consciousness of TEHUTI, and of course the first thing I come across was the Emerald Tablets, like most of us, because you're going to go through Greece before you get to Kemet. That's how they set up the matrix. You got to go through Greece before you get to Kemet. And then once you get to Greece, you got to really start digging, because they hide all of this information here about the glyphs and the metanetter, and looking up etymology of words will always take you to France, German, Greece. So for as long as I can remember, I've had a special relationship with sound vibration. So to declare a name immediately is something that was very important to me. So that's what I did. And I put that energy out there, starting with a thought to attain and receive a name that was going to be given to me by TEHUTI prior to me even knowing about Saba TEHUTI. And this was something I said in 2016, 2017, that I knew I would be given a Ren by TEHUTI, because immediately when I come across his energy, his consciousness, I connected. And from that very first time, started to answer questions that I've always had through religion and through the Bible that could not be answered. But when I come across the Neter TEHUTI, a lot of things started to be answered. And I knew that I would be given a name by him. And so here in April of 2023, Mes TEHUTI, Mes to be born of TEHUTI. And that vision that I had seen many years earlier has been brought forth into the physical here. Has been brought forth into the physical. This was something that I saw. This is something that I spoke into existence, into reality, to where on this day I was reborn and I was given a sound vibration worthy of excellence. And I've worked very hard and very diligently by myself with nobody looking to make sure that I retain my consciousness, to make sure that I do what's necessary to protect my soul, to protect my ba, my ka, my ku, you know, to protect all these aspects of myself. And here on this day, I was given a sound vibration that reflects who I am. Ani, which I taught a lot from here, the papyrus of Ani, the one who brings things into existence through writing. Why? Because I'm a scribe. And this also comes from the word on, which means scribe, and it's the glyph of the scribal palette. It's the word on, and creates Ani, and it also comes from which I spoke about a couple times in here, to bring something into existence. So the one who brings things into existence through writing. And Ptah. Here we have Ptah, the engraver, right? To open up. The upesh, to open up and to raise, to make open, to engrave something. So the actual engraving of the meta netra into the walls, into the steles, that's called Ptah. So Ptah is also a scribe. So to engraver, to carver, writer who opens new realities with sound. So first is to write it down, right? And that's what I bring forth, and I tell, and I say at the end of every single class, you hear me say to write down what you want to achieve. And I'm saying this through experience. To write it down, to bring that forth, to read it, and to go back into the recitation of it, the speaking of it, which is Ptah, the netra of sound vibration, the one who spoke his name to create reality, and also became the word to engrave, right? Which is why we are even able to continuously retain and read and learn the information of the meta netter, because it's engraved in stone. So we have Ani Ptah, the one who brings things into existence through writing, the one who brings things through existence through tones, which is why I give y'all tones before my shows every week. ATEN. And here's ATEN. ATEN, which mirror. Let's see, we see the mirror right here. ATEN, or the disc, at its highest point, the ATEN, the mirror. And you all are also who helped name me. So I have a special gratitude for everyone who's here, because you all helped to give me this name because of what y'all recognize. Y'all see the sound vibration, y'all hear it, and y'all let it be known. So without you all in the chat, you all helped me to receive this part of my Ren, the ATEN. You say, yes, he is. Like I said, he is a reflection of Saba. Speaking like our ancestors, you are a true reflection of your Saba. Tua. So that's what this is, the ATEN of Tehuti, the ibis god, the scribe of the Neter, the one who you are a reflection of. Saba Tehuti and the consciousness of Tehuti. So we have 3 names right here that still associate with scribe, right? So because I am the scribe, and which is, you know, my stage name for performances and things like that. And it's scribe with 3 eyes, just like Ani here with the 3 lines. And I did that prior to even recognizing that they did this to names. So this was something that manifested and was brought forth prior to me even recognizing or even knowing that, because it's a consciousness that carries. So to all of you who helped to put out the energy for me to attain this name, to be the ATEN Tehuti, and to represent the sound vibration of Ani Ptah. And I'm grateful for every single one of you who come to these classes consistently, who support the teachings of Ma'at, who support Saba Tehuti, because this is all a consciousness, and we allow our currency to flow between each other, our energy to flow between each other, and we're able to expand and really help people, to really help ourselves to do what's necessary to gain eternal life, which is what this entire presentation is about, part 1 and 2, to teach you about the origins of eternal life and the different aspects of the soul, to bring them all together into one, to be in the Tempti, to be complete, the Tim, as Asar did and represents. May you all rise and utilize the information provided to awaken dormant DNA and to remember to Seka'u who you are. Return back to eternity. Tua for your attention and love. Hotep Ma'at, Anki M Ma'at. Created by Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti, the Sab Sesh of Teachings of Ma'at. Peace and love. And that is the end of my presentation. Let me come back to the screen.
Got to celebrate you, brother. I got to celebrate them teachings right there, brother.
Tua. Thank you. All right. Stranger said, peace, peace. Been here the whole time. Great class. Tua, thank you. Thank you, stranger. The name of the moderators. Peace and love to you. Every time I hear your name, that's what I think of now. Because the great Saba Tehuti, stranger, the name of the moderators. Tua to you. All right. Let's see. Hey, Jody, peace and love to you. Jody, thumbs up. Mystic Mama says, I feel that. Have wanted to shed my adopted name long time ago. Absolutely. Same sound as everything. Fire, fire. Tua to you, Angela Gates. Kato, amazing class. Thank you. Maria says, fantastic presentation. Tua to you. I saw you put something up here. Ptas, Ptas. I'm assuming it's Ptas. What is that? What is that symbol there? Is that like some kind of tool? 2 out to you, stranger. Put fire. Primordial thought 9s. Excuse me. Put the Henu fist. Henu to you. And Mystic Mama with the claps. So 2 out to everyone who appreciated this presentation, and we got some support in. I saw the support coming in during the presentation, and I'm gonna gather those together to present you all. So thank you all for appreciating this information and for supporting. Henu.
Henu to you, my good brother. That was excellent scholarship. Y'all see what we doing over here at the teachingsofma'at.org? Y'all see what's going on over here in real time. My brother, that was absolutely fire. That was absolutely phenomenal, high level. That was excellent. Y'all see that? That brother been teaching for about 2 hours and 41 minutes. No arguing, no isfet, pure knowledge. This is what separates us from them. Shout out to you, Minku. Shout out to you, Ahati. You brothers want to speak? That is, hey, put them fires in the chat, brother. And that, them tones, brother. Oh man, when is the album coming out? Shout out to that TEHUTI record. Peace and love. I love it.
Go ahead, Manku.
Hotep to the chat. Peace, power, prosperity to everyone. To Ani for that amazing presentation as usual. I like how you really personalized it and you added your Ren to it and what it means and the importance of how we speak, how we think, our consciousness. All of that is very powerful, healing information. So tool for you, brother, for all your work, your hard work, your dedication, and the visuals that match your ib, your saku, and just who you are, brother. So peace to you. Much respect.
Yeah, before I give my words to this excellent presentation, I'm going to say peace to Jason Kirkland. Peace to you, brother. Brother with the high, it's the actual low frequency. People say high frequency, but it's actually the frequency of the netzer is actually low. So peace to you, brother. Glad you made it. And I want to do a Henu session. If you're new, I want to show you how the ancestors hailed each other, because the hailing is part of the vibration that resonates with your Ren. I'm going to share my screen here. On the screen here, I'm going to read the Medu Netter that's in the blue, and then I'm going to read the translation. So it says, E Neb Ma'at, Per Em Ma'ati. Hail Ma'at is everything, we come forth from her. Henu Saba Tehuti, Amenhotep Ra. Hail Saba Tehuti. Henu Kemet. Hail Kemet. Makaru, Makaru, Makaru. Victory, victory, victory. That is our victory voice. And this brother that's on the panel right now, Ani Ptah, he just did a victory presentation. Very proud of you, brother. For all you delusional brothers out there that believe you have some sort of teaching that you're doing about our ancestors, come over here on Sunday nights and get this game from this brother, Ani Ptah. And recognize that this is how you teach when you're actually living what you're speaking and teaching. And that realm, man, that he was talking about, the Upesh realm, once you start tapping into your dreams, Once you tap into yourself and you start tapping into your dreams, and really the way you do this is by learning the Medu Netter. And I've said this before, that the only way that you can really grasp a Medu Netter is either you knew Budge, you knew Petrie, you knew Allen, James P. Allen right now, or you know Saba Tehuti. We're not just telling you to go to his Medu Netter Monday class just for the sake of it. We're telling you to do this for the sake of your very life. If you're interested in Ma'at, you may not be interested. You may not be interested in this way of life. This is a way of life, and it begins with our language. And the language, the tones, the frequencies is what creates the culture. And the culture is what eventually creates the nation. And then the nation is eventually what breaks this matrix with. But the beginning step is learning about yourself, and the only way you can do that is to learn the language. And as Scribe pointed out in this presentation, that everything is filtered through the Greeks. And if you're not grasping the Medu Netter, if you're not in the Medu Netter class and grasping the Medu Netter language, when you look at it, it's going to look like you're looking at a totally, whoa, what is going on in here type of language. This is too intense. I don't know what's going on. I don't know the symbols that I'm wearing around my neck. I just call this the Eye of Horus, and that's it. It's really simple. But this very symbol that I'm wearing around my neck is the very symbol of the universe that we're living in presently. And you won't know that unless you're learning from our Saba Tehuti. You won't know that if you don't come to the Friday pod classes. You won't know that if you don't come to these Study Guide Sunday classes. And be thankful. Be appreciative of the people that are dropping C notes. Be thankful for those people, because if you expect to get knowledge for free and not give value for value, give anything back for it, to me, you're worse than what the Talmud calls a thief. You really are. I'm laughing because it's true. People are risking their very lives to bring you this information. We're not saying that to sound cool or tough or strong. My phone turns on automatically now. Like, I don't know why it's turning on. It turns on, there's no message coming, there's no email, but it's been turning on for the past couple months every day randomly. So I don't know if that's a tinfoil hat or crazy, but it never did that before, and now it's doing that. So we're risking our lives bringing you this information. And we're doing it because we love Ma'at so much, and we love each other so much, the brothers and I on the panel, that we feel that to hold in this information, to keep it to ourselves, would be contradictory to the very way we live our lives. So once again, yes, Angela Gates says, hail to all the supporters. Absolutely. You supporters, you in the chat that are here, and those that support in the background that aren't, that can't make the class, and those in the future that are going to support, hail to you, because that's the motivation right now in this matrix, is the money. It doesn't mean that we're only about the money and we won't help you. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that we can't help you if we're living out of cardboard boxes. We can't live you sitting on a curb. So obviously, like Saba says, he does this for a living. Us brothers have other things we do, but this takes a lot of time. The brother just gave you over 2 hours worth of teaching. And he's not just throwing stuff up there like pictures, and brother's sharing from his experience. He's sharing the Medu Netter with you. He's to put the artistry together like that, I know, it takes a long time. So just that simple fact, the brother deserves our donations. And then lastly, I want to say is that real recognizes real. So those of you that don't get easily offended, you are riding long and strong. You are here for the long haul. You are a defender of Ma'at. Those of you that are weak are going to fall right off. And some of you already have. And that's just how it's going to have to be, because one of the meanings of Ma'at's name is to separate, to cut. That's what the Bible took, to separate the wheat from the chaff. That comes from Ma'at. And if we're truly doing this correctly and speaking the truth to you, then those of you that are for ISFET and against us will eventually fall off. And those of you that understand what I'm saying right now to you will rejoice and be glad and will ask us, how can we serve? And that's what I'm going to leave you with. If you want to serve us, if you want to join us, please send us an email to leadership@teachingsofma.org. It's leadership@teachingsofma.org. And ask Brother Ani, ask Brother Eteth, ask Brother Menku Ara, how can I help? I don't have much finances, but I have a lot of time. And even if I have little time, I still want to help because this stuff is powerful. And I just want to give back to my people. And that's all I have.
To our great brothers, for your beautiful words. Yeah, this is a beautiful thing that we are creating here, and I'm honored to stand beside you, brothers, and bring forth teachings of Ma'at to the people. I'm truly honored. So, to you, good brothers, for leading by example. You know, that's the most difficult thing to do in today's time with this matrix, is leading by example. So peace and love to you, good brothers. Hotep to you, good brothers, for that. And shout out to all the great supporters in the chat who say, I love seeing them flames and fire. I love seeing the participation. Shout out to you, Boss Feet. Good to see you in the chat. Know that you're well. Peace and love to you. Nana Amun, peace and love to you. Yeah, this is and yeah, stranger, if you got some tracks you want to send me, you can email me. leadership@teachingsofma'at.org. You can go to the website as well, and just message me. Yeah, I would definitely love to hear some of your tones, good brother, and utilize those to put together some tones of Ma'at for the people and bring it to the show. So yes, email me, good brother, for that. So yeah, here, I'll post the link. If anybody wants to come up, and say some words before we close out the show, there's the link right there in the chat. You can click that and come on up, and we'll invite you in. And we'd love to hear from you all. So thank you all for your attention that you gave me, because without your actual conscious attention, this never even existed. And that's the reality. You know, what we focus on and where we place our attention becomes our reality. So to receive this type of information in these tones, hopefully, and pray that they benefit you and you're able to utilize them. So shout out to everyone there. Let's see, we got someone coming up. Let's see, great brother Stephen E. Peace and love, Stephen E.
Hotep, good brothers.
Hotep, good brother.
Good to see y'all.
Same here, brother. What'd you think, good brother? What you think of the presentation?
It was wonderful, wonderful. Can't get enough of it. And more, I mean, I love Tehuti's teachings, and can't get enough of it. And I'm glad that you guys created this, so I get more of this, more of Tehuti's, reflect Tehuti's teachings to y'all, through you good brothers, to us.
Many good brother. That's what it's about, brother. That's what it's about. Expanding, representing the teachings. That's exactly what it's about. Shout out to you, Stephen E. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to you, strangers. Shout out to you, Angela Gates, Mystic Mama. That's what it's about. Living the teachings, brother, and incorporating it into your life. I totally agree with you, because that's why I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in Monday Metal Netta class, my brother. As always, shout out to everybody that support the truth. Shout out to everybody that support us. Teachingsofma'at.org. High level teachings. There's no comparison, guys. I know y'all see this. We small right now, but it is absolutely no comparison. And I said it, and I will continue to say it. It is
small
no
because
comparison.
there's no bullshit. That's
absolutely. That's right. You can only entertain yourself with the truth. If you want the truth, then this is where you come. If you want the ISFET, if you value the ISFET, then you go over to those other channels with all those high numbers. Shout out to you, Primordial Thought. Peace and love, good brother. Brother, I was feeling what you were saying in Friday's podcast, brother, because that journey, brother, is the same journey that I was on, brother. I'm 2 years in from Islam though, so incorporating this ma'at into my life, it's a process, good brother. But it's the thing that I'm definite about is knowing that ma'at is real. So whatever it takes, it's my process. So shout out to you and your process and incorporating ma'at into your life and actually living it. And shout out to everybody, because I know it's a process because I'm going through it right now. But ma'at is my foundation, and I anchor myself to the affirmation, and it has been working. It has been magical for me. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what's going on, but it is magical, my brothers. The truth is magical. It is beautiful. Look up the definition of ma'at. The truth is beautiful. Shout out to you, Primordial Thought. You want to share some words with us?
Hey, Tua brothers, respect to all y'all, most definitely. And man, hey, you on your way, bro? Hey, you on your way, for sure. Hey, for real, you on your way, man. Just stick to the journey, bro, and you good. I was a little nervous when I was on Saba's, when I was on his channel on Friday. Just everything he was trying to, like, when you got people watching, you try to make sure your words are in order. And you try not to, just kind of babble at the mouth. But I got a little nervous, but at the end of the day, yeah, this journey has been very interesting. Like I said, I only care about the truth, regardless of whatever religions it comes from. I just want the real truth. I'm unbiased. If it's truth and it's the oldest, then and can nobody beat it, then that's what I'm going to follow. And so that's been my journey. But after I want to tell Saba, I forgot to tell him, like, man, once you follow, like, once you come out of your religion, like, I felt like the Hebrew Israelite thing was like, I came from Christianity, then I went to Hebrew Israelites, but I realized that in Christianity, I still had questions, right, that wasn't answered. So I came to the Hebrew Israelite stage, and then all that gave me was just an identity, saying like, hey, those people are you, and then you're like, okay, like, cool. But then I realized those same questions that I still had, because it's coming from the same book, still wasn't getting answered. And then I realized, like, all right, well, I felt like, all right, well, the Hebrew Israelite thing was just a second trap. It was just, if you got past the first trap, the second trap was that one, and it keeps you in the book. And then so I was like, man, nah, this ain't enough for me. Like, this is not giving me what I want. So then that's when I started to venture out. And then when I ran into Sanetta's class, I was into the whole Shaka Amos, because he was one of the ones teaching like Egyptian stuff. And I was like, all right, well, I kind of like this, like I like him, but then I saw inconsistencies in him as a teacher, and I was like, well, something's off. And then that's when I ran into, like, the rest of them, like seeing them debate, him, Jabari, and then that's when I started. Then I went into the whole metaphysics thing, like when you got Dr. Phil Valentine and Dr. Blair and everybody like that, and then that's what landed me to Killer Priest. And then so at Killer Priest, that's when I saw TEHUTI. And then I was like, all right, well, I was like, man, well, this guy is pretty cool. So I heard that he has some debates. So I started watching him, and just the way how he uses Ma'at, and he keeps his poise, and he like set him up with the snake style. And I was like, man, I think I like this dude. So I caught him at the end of Killer Priest. I caught him at the very end where he was on there like 4 times, and then he created his show. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna still follow. I'm gonna do my vetting. And then so I started getting to Dr. Muata Ashby, And I'm like buying his bugs because the way he speaks, I'm like, man, that's kind of the way I think. And then so I got stuck between, I was wondering like, all right, well, why is, I want to know what's the difference, like, because he always, Saba always be like, these are not principles. These are the, I was like, hey, like, what's the difference of these two? Like, who am I going to follow? Because I feel like you can only have one teacher in a way. I mean, life is your teacher, but I feel like if I'm going to be under somebody, I want to be under one teacher. And then after I started following Saba more, and then I started realizing, okay, so Moata actually comes from a more like European teaching, and he don't believe that the netters are real. And then I picked that up and I said, oh, okay, let me go ahead and slide that to the side. And I was like, yo, Tehuti's been showing day in, day out, and I just feel like that's what I'm gonna follow. So after once he dropped that Bible, when he broke down the Bible with the Septuagint and everything, that's when I finally made my crossover. So I kind of owe it to him, because he asked me, hey, like, was he the reason? And I was like, well, not really, like, but I thought back on it when I watched the replay, and I was like, nah, like, he the one that made me take the full step over and be like, nah, this is what we gonna do. Like, this is what we following. I see nobody beating this. And I can't believe I spent all my life doing that. But hey, you got to reborn. You got rebirth, excuse me, and I'm loving the journey, man. So that's why I'm like full supporting all y'all, man. Like, hey, we just gonna follow this vibration, and I'm with it.
True out, my brother. Yeah. Peace and love. That's what I'm talking about. That is beautiful, brother. Shout out to your journey, brother. Everybody processes their own. You can't teach somebody out their process, my brother. Everyone's process is beautiful. So whatever it takes to get back to the truth. That's what I recognize too, brother. I wasn't looking for no teacher in particular. I was just following the truth. I was just following the sum total of my personal life, and the breadcrumbs led me back to Ma'at. It led me to the truth. So it was definite for me, my brother. It is absolutely beautiful. And our teacher, Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra, is a perfect example of the teachings that our ancestors left behind for us. And let me just tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. You talking about nervous when y'all see my screen do this, bro? I've been sick the whole time you've been teaching, brother. My daughter, I ain't gonna show her, but she fell asleep right here with the headphones in her ear listening to you, my good brother Ani, right? But I be nervous too, because I have absolutely no desire to be up here. My only motivation is Ma'at. Period. That's it. I have no desire to do anything but Ma'at be my foundation, and I follow the netter. That's it. And this is what it has led me to, primordial thought. If you look back to when I first got up here, I was laying down. I was laying on a pillow, and Ma'at motivated me to get on with my phone. And I held my phone up and I was talking to Saba, and that drove me to where I'm at right now, doing what I'm doing, standing next to these brothers, right? Being a defender of Ma'at. And I'm honored to do that. It is an honor for me to do that. Now, do I still get nervous and all these different negative emotions that the Matrix enforces on us? Because it's layers. It's not even a one-day thing, brother. It is constant. The Matrix is constant. We will constantly be peeling back layers. It is a constant process. But it's a beautiful process because, like my good brother Hati said, you can't beat nature. And once you realize that, and then you realize what the definition of Ma'at actually means, the scales balance exactly. So that's where we at. And this is the principles that we have to apply to our life while we're here in the physical. We need to make sure the scales balance exactly. And that is Ma'at. And that truth is beautiful. And we have to dig for that beautiful truth. So shout out to you, Primordial Thought, and everybody else in the chat. We love the support and we appreciate it. Ahati, the general, hail to you, my good brother.
Hail to you, brother. I love listening to Chechu Eteph speak, man. Man, I know what it is, but man, I always had confidence in you, man. Even when you were laying down, chilling on your pillow, Your wife giving you a massage, rubbing your shoulders.
Bro, she just gave me some baking soda or something. She said, here, drink this water. Look, I got the, I don't know what I have. Bro, I'd be super nervous. I have no desire.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what, like you said, the Ma'at.
It's the motivation.
She does something for us that makes us get up on the screen here, like brother Stephen E., like brother Primordial Thought. They don't have to do that. We're not paying them. Do you know that other content creators pay people to get on their panels and pay for their views? We don't do none of that. These brothers are motivated through their own ka, through their own spirit, like the brother Primordial Thought talked about. I was a Hebrew Israelite too, brother, for a long time before I met Saba. Matter of fact, when I met Saba, I was still a Hebrew Israelite. I was still a Hebrew Israelite, and when he started talking, man, I was like, man, none of the Mores. Whenever I'd ask the Mores a question on Pal Talk, they would kick me out of their room, or they get angry. They get vehemently angry. They get very angry at me. I was like, why are they getting angry? I'm just asking a question. And Saba, you know what he'd tell me? He'd say, I don't know. I'll look into that for you. I was like, wow. A black man's not like cutting me down, arguing with me, telling me to get out here with my stupid questions. Stupid nigga, what are you talking about? I was like, wow. I was like, I want that. I want that energy, because my energy for most of my life always put me in a jail cell or prison or had me in fights. And I wanted to end that, because as you get older, you know, your body starts getting older. You can't keep doing that stuff. So I was amazed. And when I met him that first time at the beach, I said, you know what? If I could do anything for him, it would bring him back out to the public for everyone to that wants his energy, that wants his feedback, that wants his car. I would do whatever it takes. And luckily, he didn't have to do much, but he did come back, and I want to thank him for that publicly too, because ever since I've been a little boy, man, I've hated the Tomahawks, boy. My mother's a Tomahawk. Something in me, I was like, something ain't right in this world. I ask questions. People get very angry with me since a little boy. I'm just asking a question, man. People always tell me what to do. I can say it honestly, I hate the Tomahawks, man. Collectively, I hate them. And the ones that are singled out, that are here in the chat, that are here watching us, that have learned from me, yes, there is the exception to the rules. There are but you're not the collective mindset of your people. And I've explained this to people that have actually learned from me that are Tomos. I said, you can't join us because your collective mindset goes back to a history that is just vicious. I don't even want to talk about it right now. I can't accept that. So Saba is the only one that can generate a type of energy for our future children, for our future generations, that can defeat this matrix. Because at the end of the day, before we lay our head down on the pillow, deep within us, we all know that this world we're in sucks, and it has to end. Even though we have computers, air conditioning, all this stuff that feels comfort to our bodies, the mindset is just really, really messed up. And Saba is the only one that can break that, as those of you that are on the panel are witnessing. And like Ani said, Ani knew a Tehuti. He had the emerald tablets. And he knew that someday he would meet the physical Tehuti in the flesh that would give him his rank, give him his name. You can't make that up. You can't make that up. That if you want to know what truth is, that is truth. The brother didn't even know who Tehuti was, but knew one day he would get his name from a physical Tehuti. And all of us on the panel have stories we could share like that. So again, I don't know, and I respect Khalid Muhammad. He's a favorite ancestor of mine. I talk to him every night. I respect all these leaders that came, but there's no one in our lifetime or in the past that I've found. If somebody can find it, show it to me, and I'll come back on here publicly and apologize. There's no one in our existence that is like Saba Tehuti. There is no one. And for us to let that slide by week after week, month after month, year after year and act like this guy isn't the one, you're a fool. Because you know who's gonna suffer? Not you. It's your children. It's your grandchildren that are gonna suffer. And when you say, "Oh, I love black people, black power," you don't love them at all, because we have the power right here. All you have to do is join us. All you have to do is take a Meadow Netter class. You know, there's people that can be in a Meadow Netter class physically, but they're paying for it to watch it later on. That's how dedicated they are. But brothers, you're always welcome. I like Stephen E's demeanor. He's like the silent guy in the back. You know what I mean? He's watching the cachet. He's watching the doorway. Make sure no Tom moves come in. I'm just joking with you, Stephen E. But the brother is a silent confidence. He's not screaming and yelling. And I don't know about anybody else out there, but when I see grown men screaming and yelling at each other, I see little girls. I don't know, but I'll just leave you with that. And how's that? Just one last thing. How's that attracted to women? How are you women going to these channels and subscribing to them and watching these brothers that are? I don't know. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, they watch the arguing. They love the chaos. They love the chaos, man. But shout out to you two brothers. That's how I got up here, brother. It wasn't all I was looking for was the truth. And the truth motivated me. Saba asked, come up to the panel, and I went up there one time. I was laying down. I was into it because I'm motivated by the truth, but I really had no desire to show my face on the World Wide Web for the first time. That really wasn't my thing, but it was the truth that drove me to do it. And now there is nothing that I would rather be doing than to be standing and learning at the feet of my Saba and standing next to these brothers doing what we do. And I am nowhere near as advanced in my learning and experience as the good brother Ahati and the good brother Ani, but where I'm at, I am honored and happy to be here. I'm happy to be at the beginning because I have to unlearn and relearn. So I have to admit that we talking about Islam and Christianity, we could talk all day. Well versed in that. But my own culture, the culture of Ma'at, the truth, I have to unlearn and relearn, good brother. And it's a pleasure. It is an honor. I'm grateful to be where I'm at. And it is a pleasure to be standing up here on the panel with you brothers. So hail to you brothers, Primordial Thought and your journey, and hail to you, Stephen E. and Minku
Respect, brothers. Respect, man.
And Ani, and shout out to everybody that love the truth and value the truth versus the chaos.
Hey, Tua brothers. Hey, Tua brothers. I appreciate y'all, no doubt. I mean, for me, I wasn't scared to get on camera. I was just nervous about my words being in order. That's why when Saba said, "Hey, Primordial, come on, get on here," I was like, send the link. That's cool. I was just nervous of just want to make sure them words is in order, man. You get a little, you get that tongue get the guide in the boat, like it says in the teachings of my eye. Like, hey, don't let the tongue guide you. Guide like the oar. Like, you know, you gotta be in control of yourself and have your words in order. So, I just appreciate y'all, man. Hey, I'm still listening. I'm gonna go back here. I got 10 to the kids a little more. So, but I'm still listening, y'all. But respect.
Respect to you, good brother.
A very powerful
yes, sir.
and a very powerful and beautiful thing that's happening and being in community with everyone, and then building culture with everyone. But another thing that is also happening is a consciousness partnership, which is very powerful. And so to want to continue to be out of the matrix and to be continually breaking out of the matrix, and knowing that we have this consciousness partnership, that is another element to the intelligence that we're getting, because we are intelligence, and soaking up the wisdom from all of the, powerful Bas and Kas that's here. That consciousness partnership is really powerful. So I'll end with that.
To you, good brother. Appreciate all you good brothers here on the panel. Shout out to Primordial Thought for your words and the acknowledgement of the presentation. To you, of course, you, Stephen E. for what you're doing and taking the time to really embrace this information and you know, help others as well. You know, you're speaking to other people and attempting to bring them to my eye. So shout out to you for that. You know, we're it's very beautiful. So we are definitely doing work, putting in work here in the Upesh realm, where the work doesn't stop. So shout out to all you good brothers. You can stay on the panel if you like to, Stephen E. We're gonna go through the support that we received before we close out the show, and you can feel free to stay on the panel if you like, my brother. All right.
All right. That sounds good. Too often. For your kind words, brother.
Mini look. All right. Let's start with Terry Patty. Sends $20. Says great presentation. Tua. Thank you, Terry Patty, for your support and for your words. Thank you. An excellent supporter, consistent supporter. We appreciate you. All right. Next, we have the good brother who was just on the panel, Primordial Thought. He sends $10. He says, more energy. I see your work, Ani. Hua. With the Hindu fist. So he sends that, which was actually the second one. And he sent this one first. He sent $10 for energy. So $20 total. Shout out to you, Primordial Thought 9. Not forget the 9, which is, you know, what we also taught on here today with the 9 aspects of the soul. So shout out to you, good brother, for that. All right. Next we have Stranger. Stranger sends 3140. Great class tonight, Scribe. Dua for your generous support. I did receive your email, and I'll be replying back to you soon after the show. So to you, good brother, for your support and for your energy in the class as well. Because what you said was important. You said, beware of the man that doesn't speak and the dog that doesn't bark. Native Proverbs. That's right. So to you. You said these brothers work in the light, but we can still support in the shadows by donating and supporting. So shout out to you, Stranger. Thank you for your support. All right. Next, we have the great brother who's on the panel here, Stephen E. He spent $33.72 for bomb performance. Ani. And new great brothers. Shout out to you, good brother Stephen E, for your support. You consistently support us in many ways. So we're very thankful for you and your presence and your energy that you bring to the teachings of Ma'at, good brother. So to you. All right. Next we have Eric G. That's it. He sends $10 for support. All right, to you, Eric G, for your support. Another consistent supporter. All right, we have John P. Noel. Sends $9 for tuition.
He understands. He get it.
He gets it. He understands. Shout out to you. This is first time I'm seeing you, donate or support pieces of Ma'at. I'm not sure, familiar with you in the chat. You can let us know in the chat if if this is your same name or if you go by a different name in the chat room. So shout out to you. We'll add you to our weekly newsletter that you can sign up for at teachingsofmod.org, where we present and bring forth all of our supporters, and we recognize and acknowledge every one of you. So we'll add you to the newsletter, good brother. So out to you for your support and for your tuition. Out. All right, next we have Jay Kirkland. Jason Kirkland sends 572 for Hinu Ani Ptah ATEN TEHUTI Nefer class. Out to you, good brother, for your support. This is another great supporter, an active member of the T.O.M. And I'll be reaching out to you this week, good brother. So be expecting a message from me. Shout out to you for your consistent support and for being in the Meta Netter Monday class as well. So shout out to you for that. Jay Kirkland giving you some remedies.
Yeah, I see that. Go out for that, good brother. It's I don't know what it was, man. She gave me something to drink. Some baking soda, and so I feel a little better now. I feel good. Awesome.
All right. And our last supporter that we have coming in, got some excellent support this class from Big at Leisure, who is Maharu in the chat. He says donation Tua Sav and Hel Natiru. I have eyes of understanding to see and be visited by shadow before the Ba comes. Mut, death. Tua to you, good brother Big at Leisure, Maharu, and for your for sharing your magical occurrences, which are very powerful and necessary for others to realize and recognize that, for one, it's possible, and for two, that the magic lies within us, and we have the ability to tap into that. So shout out to you for consistently sharing your experiences. So peace and love to you. All right. So that is the support. Let me refresh. Okay, yes, that is the support that we have gotten in. Cash App, Teachings of Ma'at, PayPal, Teachings of Ma'at. We also accept Ethereum, and you can check that on our donation section if you want to remain anonymous and you deal with cryptocurrency. We also have a Ethereum wallet. For those of you who are watching this after the live stream and you want to support the information, it's always appreciated. And as you see, that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. It says open to public meeting on Discord, May 25th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Come ask your questions about the TOM. Link is in bio. So we have another community meeting coming up on the 25th of this month, which is on a Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And our Discord link is in the description of this channel here. And you can join our Discord. And this is where we gather everyone together to speak and allow everyone to bring forth thoughts and allow themselves to be heard and be seen as a community. So we'll be hosting that this month. So we definitely want to see you all there. We had an excellent meeting the last meeting, and we look forward to seeing it grow and seeing more people come in and have ideas. If you have any questions about what it means to join the Teachings of Ma'at, would be a great place to come in and ask your questions and see what we're about, because we're an open book. We're very transparent, and we're about hearing each other out. So shout out to all of the members, all the active members and non-active members, for all that you do. I want to give a special shout out to Sesh Shaid as well. I didn't see her in the chat today, but she's doing excellent. She is the one responsible for the timestamps that when you go back and check Saba Tehuti's pod classes, these 7-8 hour classes, and you have the timestamps now of the individual classes. She's the one who is responsible for that, so shout out to her. And she does the same for our Teachings of Ma'at Study Guide Sunday show. So peace and love to her, and all the great members. And so I'll close out with this. Tua to everyone who's show support, man. It really goes so far, and it means a lot. It means so much to us to see people appreciate, the information and the time that it takes to bring this forth and study and implement it, and the errors you got to go through your own personal life to get to a point to speak with confidence in certain type of topics. It's a different level of consistency and discipline. So shout out to everyone who really sees and recognizes that and appreciates it, and the ones who apply it to their own personal lives and receives the benefits from it. It's beautiful. We love to hear testimonies of people who benefit from this information. So for those of you who utilize this and witness experiences and have certain type of experiences that occur, we love to hear it. You can email us and go to the website and send it to us. Let us know. Keep this currency flowing between us. So shout out to everyone. Peace and love. And as I say, the goals that you have for this coming up week, it's good to write down short and long-term goals, but specifically for the things that you want to achieve this week, the quickest things that you want to bring forth, write it down. Read it before you go into the Upesh realm. You can ask these brothers here how important it is to take certain type of frequencies with you as you go to lay down in Akan, which means to close the eyes and to sleep, and to Upesh or Oop, to wake up in the dream realm. And so when you write down the things that you want to achieve, there's a lot that goes into it, and I may do a class on that, but it's very powerful. And recite it and speak it and do what's necessary to bring that forth, and it will come forth. It will come forth. The desires that come from your Eve, when you're in alignment with Ma'at and you do the things that Ma'at teaches you to do, it will be brought forth. It does. It's what creates this physical reality here. So when you tap into that, creation is in the palm of your hand. So shout out to everyone who utilizes that. Peace and love, Hotep Ma'at, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I look forward to seeing you good brothers here on the panel tomorrow in Metaneta class, and anyone else who wants to come to the Metaneta class, email Sabatahuti mysticaltelevision@gmail.com and join that. You can also receive it even if you're not there live. They are recorded and they are sent out to you. So just email Sabatahuti and receive those classes. So peace and love to you all. Shout out to you, Kato, who says, yes, a lot of time and effort is put into these presentations. You are appreciated. Tua, thank you. And we see a new face here, John Noel. Peace and love to you, good brother. Peace and love to you. So I'll close with that. Hotep Ma'at, and you all have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Hotep Ma'at, beautiful. Any of you brothers got some closing words before we end it? Beautiful, beautiful show tonight. No closing words from you, Minku Ahati, Stephen E. We good? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Like Ani said, shout out to everybody that support teachingsofma'at.org. Shout out to the best teacher on the internet. Y'all scared. Stop running. Stop being scared. Hail to Houthi Amen Hotep Ra. Y'all know what it is. Y'all gonna stop playing with us. We coming. I just listen. We got 20 people in the chat. We almost got more than half of that in support and donations. Do you guys see what's going on here? Do y'all see the magic? Shout out to you. Hail to you, Ani. Tua for this beautiful gift that was given to me, brother. It's some magic. I don't know what's going on, but it's a beautiful thing. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This was a beautiful, 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 beautiful class. Extra beautiful. And with that, we're going to close it, as we always do, with our beautiful affirmation. Shout out to KP.
One second, good brother. I think
ahead.
this is we got some support in. I do want to show this before we close out. It may be this person KP, so shout out to you.
Shout out to more support.
All right, and I'll show this. A new person. First time I've seen this name. First time I've seen a donation. So you'll be added to our weekly newsletter that we send out from the teachingsofmod.org. It's a nice logo too. Kristen Dashuri, $8. Shout out to you. Peace and love for your support. All right, good brother.
Tua for all your support. Tua to our Vortex Ninja. Shout out. Shout out to all the support. With that, we're going to close this beautiful show with our beautiful affirmation, as we always do. From today's teachings by the excellent, excellent brother, Ani. I see you be a echo at Tehuti. From today's teachings, Tech in Boo Ma'a Rent. Weight of the place of right and truth is thy name. My Ren is that of Ma'at. It is the weight, the place of Ma'at. Unki in Ma'at. Un-N-S. Nintet or set in Ma'at. Minhapapet in Ma'at. Her in Hukui. Part Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Hotep Ma'at. Peace and love, everybody.
Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move, but my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed? Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads so shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, Fred had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of sex effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helps to set me free. I'm back in paralysis, laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. see a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed.
But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it.